game homestand. In the loss to Brooklyn Wednesday night, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant in their first game together combined for 75 points. The Coyotes start a three-game homestand of their own as they meet the San Jose Sharks tonight. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a sunny start to the day with sunny skies in the afternoon. A high of 74, and then tonight temperatures dropping down to 50 degrees. For the Fox and Weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by E.D. Marshall Jewelers.
Don't sell your jewelry for scrap. At E.D. Marshall Jewelers, we need your fine jewelry, watches, and coins, and we'll pay the highest possible prices. Find us online at edmarshallbuys.com. Our new store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
You're hot. Well, the Suns continue their 5-game homestand tonight against the Knickerbockers downtown. Cardinals are back on Sunday to battle the NFC West leading San Francisco 49ers. The LA Chargers will be looking for a new head coach. The Coyotes will host San Jose tonight, and the Sun Devils are headed to Fort Worth to take on TCU tomorrow. Welcome into Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, as we're out here at Wright Toyota, where you won't go wrong. I'm Dan Manuch along with Jackson Groff. We've got Chris Schubert back at the fine palatial studios. Roc will be joining us here just a little bit, but we are out here at Wright Toyota, a plethora of certified pre-owned vehicles. We've got an outstanding showroom, 2023s aplenty, and folks, just a heads up, the 2024s are slowly but surely coming up in here as well. Jax, y'all set, y'all ready to go? You're in the co-pilot chair. Are we all good?
Yeah, I'm right in front of a Land Cruiser. They parked it, what did you say, 3 inches from me? So I'm getting a very good view of this new 2023 Toyota Land Cruiser.
And we got to check in with our resident counselor, attorney, New York Jets apologist, one Chris Schubert back there at the fine palatial studio. Shu, how are we doing this afternoon?
Happy Friday, gentlemen. Jax, I'm very familiar with that seat that you are sitting in. I have been a little too close to the car. They park it really close there. It really makes it difficult to sit in that chair, but I wish you the best of luck. And yes, happy Friday, gentlemen. A fun show today.
And if they fire this bad boy up, we'll just get you an oxygen mask. All right, let's get it going, Shu.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sports Book at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sports Book at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, the Suns and Knicks at it tonight. The Suns 1-2 so far, have dropped 5 of their last 7 overall, following Wednesday's 116-112 loss to the Nets. The Suns sit at 13-11 on the season. Gentlemen, I'm not panicking here. It's going to take a little while for the chemistry, not only with the big three, as they call them, as well as the rest of the team. It's interesting. We had Richard Jefferson, ESPN analyst, outstanding U of A Wildcat. He played 13, 14 years in the NBA. 17 years. And he talked about, the big three throughout the league over the years. And heck, we look at Denver last year. They win it all. Those guys were together, 5-6 years before they gelled. So I'm not concerned. Now, if I'm not seeing that chemistry or that it factor a month or 2 months from now, okay. Hopefully we see it before the playoffs. But I personally feel we're going to see it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I think health's got to be the biggest thing that you care for more as a Suns fan or a person associated with the Suns more than the chemistry right now. Just get to the playoffs, get everyone healthy. But I think a top 4 seed, Manuch, home court advantage is a thing in the NBA. And especially if Denver gets that 1 seed again, You saw a lot of heavy breathing throughout the playoffs when it was run through Denver.
Rumor has it Grayson Allen is going to be available in tonight's game. Eric Gordon is still questionable, But I think that once you have all hands on deck, at that point, Frank Vogel can kind of mix and match. And quite frankly, folks, it's going to be matchups anyway as they move forward. But I think Christmas Day moving forward after that is going to be the key. Cardinals back home taking on the NFC West leading San Francisco 49ers. The Brock Purdy led San Francisco 49ers. He makes his first appearance. Yeah, the Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy plays for the 49ers.
Yeah,
First time I'm hearing of this.
Did you know he played for Perry High School there, Shu? By the way,
I did. First time I'm hearing this too. Also, and I'm sorry for doing this. I probably should have done this off air. You coached him, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I know we don't want to tell everybody that, but you're okay. We just keep on the download that you coached him his entire, middle school, high school.
Yeah.
You're going to the game, supporting. We're not going to talk about that on the show today, right? We're not going to do that.
Got my shirt.
Isn't he up for MVP too? Isn't he like one of the top guys for MVP?
Jax, if there's one thing I'm rooting for very strongly right now, it is for Brock Purdy to win the MVP. So we get the speech at the NFL Awards, and we get to take bets on the show if Manuch gets a reference, if he gets a shout out in the speech. That's what I'm rooting for at this point.
It's interesting, guys. I've talked to so many people that are football fans, but so many have come back, and I don't know about YouTube, but have come back to the National Football League because of Brock Purdy, because of the story, his humility. He's all about the team. And I cannot tell you guys, I've had at least 5 guys and a couple of gals as well too, that they're dialed in to the San Francisco 49ers because of Brock Purdy. And I hadn't realized that a lot of folks had left because they get a little frustrated with the NFL game or what have you. But that's a testament to Brock. And I also think the 49ers, that here's this Mr. Irrelevant that's coming into State Farm Stadium. By the way, last time he played at State Farm Stadium against Oregon, he was the MVP for Iowa State against Oregon, led by another one of the Labites, if you will, one Tyler Shuck, who was the quarterback for Oregon. So he's got a pretty good record in reference to coming into State Farm Stadium. In those days, it was University of Phoenix, and that was the COVID game. They allowed like 3,500 people, and I was very fortunate that the Shuck family got me a ticket. The Purdy family had blown their tickets out, so I had a chance to watch both those individuals. So Brock Purdy 1-0 at State Farm Stadium.
Yeah, I'll be watching Brock real closely. As Schubert knows too, fantasy football playoffs are also this weekend.
There it is.
And the biggest thing, Manuch, is I'm in this one league from kids from Montana, and I'm in last place, fighting for last place. The loser, the punishment, I lose, I have to run half a marathon. 13.2 miles, 13.1 miles. Yeah. So please pray for me this weekend. I haven't ran a mile, just 1 mile. I haven't ran a mile in about a couple months. So 13 of those. Yeah. I won't be showing up for work the next day, or I'll be very sore.
You could be a little worn out.
I'll tell you what, guys, this game intrigues me for 2 different reasons, right? This Cardinals team is coming off of a game that I think we could describe as a big culture win for them, doing what they did against Pittsburgh. How does this team come out of a bye, right? That's a very important question to ask of a young head coach. Now, it might not matter at the end of the day when it comes to wins and losses for 2023, but you want to see, we talk all the time, Andy Reid, one of the best head coaches coming off of the bye. You don't want to face the Kansas City Chiefs in that environment because he's going to have his team prepared. How does Jonathan Gannon have this team prepared for a divisional opponent, a big game for that divisional opponent in the home building? How does he get this team prepped? And again, we're going to ask the Kyler Murray question the entire rest of the season of, does he continue to show that improvement? So even though they might not win and they're not favored, they're 12, 13 point underdogs at home. This is an important game, and a lot of questions can get answered here through this game, depending on how they play.
Sure, I think to your point, I think a lot of fans want to see some growth. Even though you're 3-10, they want to see some growth. They want to see a close game. I think everybody and their mother feels, hey, the Niners should win this game. Now, whether they win it going away or it's a close game, I think Cardinal fans would prefer a close game to see that energy, the rest, and the enthusiasm the entire game. To your point, you coming off, having basically 2 weeks off. So I think that that's pretty much the key if you're a Cardinal fan. Or
the Cardinals don't have to win this game in order for it to be a successful week. They don't have to win the game for this to be a check mark. Good job by everybody involved. Let's move on to the next one.
Is there extra motivation after, and this was actually a pretty good transition, seeing last night's game with the Raiders and Chargers? Because the Cardinals, I'm not saying they're going to get blown out by like 40 points like that the Raiders beat the Chargers last night, but it could very well happen with how talented the 49ers are.
Sure. And speaking of those LA Chargers, they have fired their head coach, Brandon Staley, and general manager, Tom Telesco. Staley is the second Chargers head coach to be fired midseason since go way back to 1970, joining Kevin Gilbride, who was fired going back to 1998. The Chargers were 24-24 under Staley through Thursday, with one playoff berth in 2022 that ended in a 27-point blown lead against Jacksonville. It's the third largest comeback in playoff history. If there was a game that they should have won, that was it. Owner Dean Spanos said in a statement, Chargers fans deserve more. Guys, I don't care what Richard Sherman said at halftime. I was with him. I didn't think that Staley would last the day, the weekend, and this does not surprise me whatsoever that they're going to move on from Brandon Staley and try to get some normality in this LA Charger organization and try to get a sense of guys trying to do it the right way.
Yeah, and I think on the other side of it, you got to give a lot of kudos to Antonio Pierce and the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, they executed after every turnover, executed on the 3-and-outs, the punts early from the Chargers, and next thing you knew, I had the TV on in the back watching the game. Was not really focused on the game, did not want to watch the Chargers and Raiders. And I promise you, Manuch, every 3 minutes, they would be up 14 points. Yeah, exactly. So I think on both sides of it, you got to give a lot of praise to the Raiders, but I'll throw it to you, Shu. I think the Chargers in a little deep hole right now, looking for a new coach and GM.
Yeah, they're going to have to completely overhaul the vision of this team, and they can go in a bunch of different directions. There's the Jim Harbaugh bucket that they could go in if they want to give him complete and total control now that the GM opening is there as well, or do they go with a young, innovative offensive mind like a Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator, to work with Justin Herbert? They paid Justin Herbert a lot of money. He's their franchise quarterback. They've got to build around him. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm more impressed with the Raiders coming out of this game than I am disappointed with the Chargers. You get embarrassed at home. You score 0 points in a home game. You lose 3-0. To the Minnesota Vikings, who changed quarterbacks, right? I mean, this is a team that is going nowhere this season, and they had the nice story with Josh Dobbs, but they're on their third, fourth quarterback of the season, and you get blanked at home. You lose 3-0, and then you come out on a short week, and you put up 63 points at home. What an impressive coaching performance by Antonio Pierce and his staff to put together this game plan and to execute. And he said it at halftime. They were not going to stop. They were going to keep pushing on the gas pedal, and they certainly did to the tune of 63 points.
So, credit to them. Oh, hey, Raiders fans. Sorry, we scored 0 points. How about we make up for it and score 63 against the Chargers?
And last but not least, the Coyotes have opened up their 3-game homestand tonight against the San Jose Sharks in Tempe at the Mullet. The Yotes have dropped 4 in a row on the heels of a 5-game winning streak and now sit at 13, 13, and 2. So those are some of the things that we take a good hard look at. Bet the game, watch the game. The Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. They have 3 live betting windows and 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's the CAZ Sportsbook or Casino, Arizona. Well, coming up, it's the Sounds of the Night. That's all next on Roc and Manuch here on Fox Sports 910 as we're live from Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale.
Monday on the Drive, how different will you feel about Kyler Murray's future after the 49ers game? Plus, how different will you feel about the Suns' big 3 after their 2 games? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio.
Not my first day.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra premium.
Right, which is nice because I've been kind of waiting to see when Manuch was about to trail off to jump in.
Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for.
You moved on and it was fine. What I was going to say wasn't that important, but.
The gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fouie, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golf for your shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Okay.
J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information. Visit jdpower.com/awards.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone. All thanks to Swiffer.
And Jax,
Swiffer Sweeper
the way you tossed to me in that last segment, if either of you ever want me to jump in and I'm not thinking about anything, just say it that way and I'll jump in.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless.
I'm always ready to say something.
You get their low-priced.
This is what I love to do. So I'm always ready to have some type of an opinion.
And Boost Infinite's new technology gives you 3 networks.
That's correct. I would sit in one chair.
You get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one can do that except Boost.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Switch today at boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Time for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Talking about that 63-21 shellacking by the Raiders over the LA Chargers. What was it, 95-0 at halftime or something like that?
I think it was 42.
Yeah, 42.
It's only 42 minutes. Please be nice to the Chargers. They're having a rough day today.
Yeah, they are. Matter of fact, they fired a couple of other coaches, and you got to have a few left over. They got 3 games to go, so you got to have a few leftovers. They got a couple of interim coaches, one for defense and one for offense. I won't get into it. But right before halftime, it was just interesting when Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit get to chatting a little bit. This is interesting. With about 31 seconds left in the half, Al Michaels was talking about they're stopping the game and alluding to Pop Warner play. Whoa! Here's how it sounded last night on Prime.
I'll follow your lead. Where do you want to go here?
31 more seconds, huh?
That's what they tell me.
Do they ever get to a point to
if this were Pop Warner, they'd stop the game, right?
Yeah, or keep the just continuous clock to maybe the second half?
We're in Vegas. Referee stops contest.
42-0, largest halftime lead in Raiders team history.
Mm-hmm. We're checking to see the last time any team
can't imagine
led by 42 in the first half.
You think that Al Michaels, since he's not coming back, has taken some liberties, some things he has no problem saying when you see something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because for a lot of Charger fans, that's definitely rubbing the salt in the wound, and rightfully so. But the Pop Warner comment, I don't know if he makes those kind of harsh comments if he's coming back to Prime. But Kirk Herbstreit's like, running clock maybe or something along those lines. I mean, everything imaginable about watching that game and how porous this Chargers team looked as far as not tackling, lack of effort, not really showing the kind of hustle determination was truly incredible when you're watching it. But no stopping there. Michaels even thanked Chargers head coach Brandon Staley for conducting a brief halftime interview with sideline reporter Kaylee Harding. This is how it sounded.
The performance of your team in the first half.
This wasn't good enough. That wasn't us out there. Did not come ready to play. Second half, we got to fight for pride. But it's a good group. We got to regroup at halftime. Come on, try to play better second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate the fact that he even stopped by for that interview. A lot of guys would. Coming up back.
Yeah, I got to commend him as well, too. But I think I don't know if there's a page anywhere in that coach's manual when you're down 42-0, what you're going to say to the sideline reporter. I thought that was classy of him to say, hey, look, it was very, cliche. Got to play harder. Can't let that happen.
What's he supposed to say?
Exactly.
You're down 42-0. I mean, they played some of the worst football they've ever played. And yeah, you got Easton Stick playing quarterback, but like it's 42-0. All I've got is cliches for you. I don't have an answer for what you just saw for the first 2 quarters of this game. Sorry, everybody. I don't have anything for you.
That's why I said I don't know if there's a page in the manual, the coach's manual, when you're down 42-0. Well, the 49ers are coming into town, led by one Brock Purdy, the former Perry High School outstanding quarterback, went to Iowa State. Last time that he played at State Farm Stadium, then University of Phoenix, he won the Fiesta Bowl MVP award when he was playing for Iowa State against Oregon. And here's Brock Purdy talking about his first time in his home state as a starter for the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm excited, to sort of just have, I guess, my family, my friends, just people in my life growing up, man, to, just be there. So it should be fun.
He's just so low-key. He's just
talking about you, Manuch.
Covers the gambit. And quarterback coach Dan Manucci could, make sure that I see you before the game, and maybe we tweak a few things prior to. I didn't hear that, Chew.
Whoa! Don't listen. This team's 10-3. Okay. 49ers fans are going to be. Don't mess with anything.
The game first, Manuch.
Hey, like I say, guys, I just try not to screw them all up, right? And also you talk about Purdy, and I don't know if you guys saw this. Jerry Rice came up to him before the game last week and gave him a little dap. Hey, best of luck. Here's Purdy talking about that.
The fact that he did that and came over as I was warming up, I thought it was pretty cool. Obviously he's a idol to many and a legend here as a 49er. To be able to play him in the same organization as him is really special. So that was cool.
Yeah, Brock is just low key, one of the greatest football players, not only wide receivers, to ever play the game. And these guys all acknowledge him. And sometimes I feel like, Brock, do you realize how many people are following you or you're affecting, especially a lot of the 49ers? I mean, you see Steve Young all over the place on Twitter talking about what he's done, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. I mean, so many of the 49er alumni are so excited about what they're seeing, not only about him, but the 49ers. But Brock's kind of like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me get back to warming up here, type of thing.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because last year when we had him on, we talked about how, he got invited to this super big party by Michael Rubrick and the Fanatics and stuff. And I'm like, how was it like meeting all these celebrities? He's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, people knew who I was, but that's what makes him great is because of his composure. It's so even keel. He's going to stay the same. He's not, he's going to wear the same Levi's, he's going to wear the same Kohl's clothes, same Toyota Sequoia, like all that transitions to his play. And you can see it on the field and how composed he is.
By the way, he is very stylish and he does his own shopping. Okay. Just so you know. Oh yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, his dad, Sean Purdy, great guy. And I said, boy, Sean, you were looking dapper. This is, I think, going the last couple of games last year and talking about some of the events they're going to that were on TV. I said, man, Sean, you're looking dapper. Is your wife Carrie dressed? She goes nope. Brock does. Brock takes me here. He's the clothes horse. He's a shoe horse. So he's got that design flow in him as well, too. Sure, you were talking a little earlier about the bye and how that affects a lot of players. Here's Kyler Murray talking about how it affected him or how it helps him out.
I guess you could say so. Anytime to kind of rest and get some time off is you could say it's good for the body. So I took advantage of it.
I think the rest and time off is good, but when you come back, I think we wouldn't have buys back in our day, but we had a bye before the first playoff game against the San Diego Chargers, and we had like 3 or 4 days off. We got back like that Friday, started practicing that Friday, had Saturday, Sunday off. We got back at it on Monday. But the thing you have to do is you got to take care of yourself. Don't do anything stupid. Still realize you have 4 games left. Still realize for a lot of guys you're auditioning or playing for a spot next year. So you can digress mentally and physically, but you still got to stay somewhat in shape to get yourself ready for those last 4 games. Buda Baker on getting ready for CMC as part of the major attack for the San Francisco 49ers.
A lot of other running backs in the league aren't playing receiver, aren't playing X, sometimes Z receiver slot. He's an all-around back, a guy who can be, of course, first down, second down run back, but also third down, come out the backfield.
I think what Buda Baker is talking about, how Christian McCaffrey, guys, he's a 5, if not a 6 tool player. He can come out of the backfield running. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He blocks well. He can go line up at X or Z or go in motion. I mean, there's so many things. Oh, by the way, I forgot. He can also throw the ball as well, too, if need be. Come out of the Wildcat. So instead of being a 5, he's more of a 6-tool guy. But I really believe that Kyle Shanahan really does a good job of incorporating him into the game early. And for CMC, play action passing, which helps Brock Purdy in this offense so much. But I got to tell you what, guys. I mean, we didn't see a lot of him playing in Carolina since he's been in the NFC West playing with the 49ers. He's a better, stronger running back as opposed to seeing him week in and week out.
Yeah, and I think it's tough for defenses to play against the Niners offense because not only do you have to, certain formations and what plays they like to run out of those formations, you've got to understand what personnel are in certain spots. Like if Debo's in the backfield and Christian McCaffrey's on the outside, you've got to realize what plays they like to run out of that. And they do a great job taking care of, taking advantage, I should say, of one-on-one matchups. I think this is a game that screams George Kittle. Like you mentioned Trey McBride a couple weeks ago. Who can guard George Kittle? I don't know who that is. You thought Isaiah Simmons was that guy. He's not there. I can't name anyone. Maybe a nickel, I guess.
I got to tell you, guys, it's kind of pick your poison versus this 49ers offense.
Yeah, how would you attack?
I would say this: if I'm going to attack, I'm going to blitz and try to do as many stunts as I can. Well, I would say initially to see how Brock Purdy reacts to that. But the one thing that they do, they have blitz pickups, but they have side adjusts off that. They've got so many adjustments to blitzes, strong safeties with stunts that they know where to go. So all of a sudden you go, okay, Ayuk, who has picked his game up, I think, since sitting on the bench last year, I think lesson learned, right? Debo Samuel, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Hell, he's back there returning kickoffs. George Kittle is George Kittle. Juszczyk, he's going to be your short yardage guy. He comes out of the backfield on top of him. But let's not forget this offensive line here, guys. I mean, led by Trent Williams. This is an offensive line. They've got the swagger, and I think that they've got all the tools up front that really motivates them more so than each other. Well, the sounds of that, they are driven by your Valley Chevy dealers, your Valley Chevy dealers. Just go to valleychevydealers.com. Well, coming up, we'll go unfiltered and uncensored as we're scheduled by Sean Salisbury. Look at some of the top NFL games. We'll talk about the recent firing with the LA Chargers. That's all next on Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B, right here on Fox Sports 910 as we are live from Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale.
Clear. It's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Suns are back on the court tonight to host the Knicks. Phoenix is in the midst of a 5-game homestand, but are just 1-2 through 3 games while also losing 5 of their last 7 overall. Josh Okogie ruled out with a hip injury. Both Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen are questionable. The Cardinals host the NFC West leading 49ers on Sunday. Arizona comes off their bye. They're 3-10, including a loss to San Francisco back in Week 4. They also signed linebacker Tyreek Smith from the Seahawks practice squad. The Coyotes host the Sharks tonight as they begin a 3-game homestand. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking.
We can just punt on it then.
Best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Okay.
Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
Jenny, come on in.
Do you still want me to try him or no?
Hey, Steve.
Okay.
Steve, how you doing?
Meg.
Meg, nice to see you. Hey, Meg.
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
The Monday night tailgate party with Fox Sports 910 has been a huge success, especially with their new sports book. Are you getting your share of the cash? That's the Fox Sports 910 guys every Monday from the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The fight starts now!
On Saturday, December 16th,
legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight
Superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling World Championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
The Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. And please remember, on no burn days, do not burn wood.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region.
Copy.
Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Okay.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with Code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1. Age and eligibility apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B out here at Wright Toyota. I'm Dan Manucci alongside Jackson Groff right there. And there's Chris Schubert back at the iHeart Studios, the Palatial Studios. We'll try to catch up with Sean Salisbury maybe a little bit later in the day. He is tied up right now. But, guys, I wanted to get into this. You know, we've kind of beat up what's going on with the L.A. Chargers and that debacle there. But here's my question, gentlemen. Here's my question. Who are currently still the contenders and who are the pretenders? Now, let me kind of look at this and set this up. And the main reason why I watch, guys, is because we've seen some ebb and flow, some ups and downs. But I think there's probably maybe 3 teams, maybe 4 that are pretty steady Eddie as she goes. The hiccup we saw at the Dolphins last week, okay, that's a hiccup. Big game this weekend. So, I'm going to start with you as you look at this, just kind of as a whole, because I'm seeing more parity, and I'm very curious to see how the contenders finish the season with 4 games to go.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, to define a pretender and a contender is very difficult, I think, at this stage, because you have so many teams that still sit in that middle ground, right?
So many.
I think there's 13 teams or so that sit 7-6 or 6-7, and they could be in the mix. And what we've seen, guys, we've seen this. If you just get into the dance, you can make a run, right? And so calling somebody a pretender right now, they might be able to sneak in as that last team in and go on a run. The Giants did it twice to win 2 Super Bowls. So I worry against calling somebody a pretender here on the show and then feeling foolish here in about 6 weeks. But I will tell you a team I'm starting to get a little bit more concerned about, and that is the Detroit Lions. I didn't like the way they played on Sunday, not just because they lost, but because there has been this narrative about Jared Goff that he struggles in cold weather. And if this team's not going to have the top seed, then they're more than likely going to have to go on the road. And I listen, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. Philly on the East Coast. It's cold over there. If he's got to play Philly, that concerns me. There are some dome teams that they might be able to get away with playing, right? If they play in Dallas, they should be okay. If they play in San Francisco, the weather should be okay. But there are some scenarios where if they have to travel potentially in the first or second round to a place where you've got a team that is a cold weather environment, that could be a struggle for Detroit and Jared Goff. So that team, at least on the NFC side of things, that I would say I'm a little bit concerned about here at this stage.
You know, as I look at the standings, and to your point, Shu, and Jackson, one thing I look at, okay, AFC East, we're probably – the Dolphins are in. The Bills, there might be some question mark depending on how they end the season. That's what I mean. The Ravens are pretty much in. Browns, you know, with Joe Flacco, I think they'll steady in with that defense. I think that they may be one of those wild card teams. I think the Bengals and Steelers, they're fading. I don't see the consistency. Jacksonville will win the AFC South. I mean, who knows if the Colts can sneak in the back door. Chiefs, not a concern there. Dallas Cowboys, strong. Eagles, now that's one team, and you guys hear me say, that are struggling a little bit, leaking oil, whatever you want to call it. I think they'll be fine. I think that they'll be fine as far as that's concerned. But they're going to have to shore some things up before they move on. And I think, Shu, to your point, the Lions, they got such a great start that if they start to falter the way that we've seen them, and to your point, Jared Goff, then there's some things they're going to have to clean up, or they could be one and done in the playoffs. The NFC South, it's anybody's guess. Top three at 6 and 7. 49ers, a for sure bet. I think they are the best team, not only in the NFC, the National Football League per se.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I know they're the 3 seed right now in the AFC, but it's tough for me to count out the Kansas City Chiefs. They've got defensive injuries right now. I understand they've lost, a couple games recently, but with Patrick Mahomes on the roster, how can you count this team out? Especially with the Dolphins, we've seen just lost to the Titans and have not played good teams well this season. And I'm just, again, the Ravens are 10-3. I understand that, but when you're relying on a Eastern Carolina running back as your main source of rushing, I have a hard time seeing that's a championship type team when it comes to most of these offenses that we've seen have established running games.
The one thing with the Chiefs, guys, is I see them starting to fall back. Last couple of years, the experienced guys have had a receiving core, Kelsey. They were starting to, feel it again toward the end of the year. To me, the inconsistencies would be a concern. Now, they got one of the best defenses. You got Andy Reid calling the plays. You got Patrick Mahomes. So I think that from all circumstances, that being said, but there's something missing. Maybe it's all the drop passes. Maybe it's the young receivers. But I think it's going to be extremely difficult for them to make it out of the AFC. Now, I would still lean on them a little bit. But talk about a team that's gone through a little bit of strife this last year and a little bit of heartburn on top. I just don't see that in its place. Shu, from the standpoint of the Dallas Cowboys, are they setting up Cowboy fans for another big letdown, or are they legit? Talk about a contender or pretender. Are they legit this year?
Well, I mean, they're playing like a legit football team, but they have to overcome the demons of the postseason, right? Until that occurs, until they make that run into an NFC championship or into a Super Bowl, that question is always going to hover over them. They could win out the remainder of the season, and everyone, rightly so, is going to say, yeah, but let's see them do it in the postseason. And so until they go through that and they overcome that mountain, then that's going to be a question surround them. But you cannot look at this team and say they are not playing the best football in the NFC, maybe besides the San Francisco 49ers. We are barreling down on a San Francisco-Dallas NFC championship game. That's right now where it stands in terms of the power struggle in the NFC. So if Dallas can continue to play the way that they're playing, and Dak has certainly put himself in the MVP conversation, if they can continue to show that growth on offense, then they are going to have a team that is going to be able to win in the postseason. It's just a question of whether or not they can get it done, and if Mike McCarthy doesn't have another coaching blunder in the postseason.
Here's the litmus test to talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They got to go into Buffalo this weekend. I don't know what the weather is. I know there's a big storm coming up the eastern seaboard. I don't know if that's going to have come and gone by Sunday, but cold weather. It'll be windy, guarantee you. I know what it's like mid-December there in Buffalo after playing there for 3 years. It's windy. It's cold. You don't know which way the wind's blowing. But again, to your point, here's another litmus test for the Cowboys, to stay hot. Here they are, and you look at their record right now, 10-3. Can they go into Buffalo on a business trip and get the deal done and not hiccup and fall back? Because the Bills have to win these games. They've got to win these last 4 games going out. It's on their home turf. The Buffalo fans will be waiting for the Dallas Cowboys and whatever fans that to show up there. This, to me, guys, is one of those big weekends. I definitely feel, Jax, is a big weekend for them to show America that they're legit, at least in my eyes.
I'll pose this question to you guys. I mean, right now, the Cowboys 10-3, they're a 2.5-point underdog. Who's under the most pressure in this game? The Dallas Cowboys, in a standpoint, we haven't really seen them go on the road and get a big win like this, or Sean McDermott, his job and the future of him for the Buffalo Bills?
I quite frankly think it's Bills. I think it's Sean McDermott. They've got to win out. I mean, they've got to win out. You look at the Dolphins. They're the class. I mean, they're 9-4. They're basically 2 games up on this Buffalo Bills team. They can't afford to have any hiccups the rest of the year when you look at all the other potential wild card teams. And on top of that, you go into Buffalo, you're expected to win that game because the Bills have had a couple hiccups there in Orchard Park. I mean, that's just not what they do. That's not how you protect it. And I think this is also another big game for Josh Allen to continue to show that he doesn't make the big turnover, he doesn't force the ball, that he leads that team, and he does it with his arm, not so much with his legs. Sure, I don't know about you, but I think this is probably one of the games of the week for the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is obvious. There's so much more pressure, and this game is so much more of a must-win for the Buffalo Bills. If you look at this Bills team, we talk about their Super Bowl window with Josh Allen, and we are asking the question right now, has that window passed them by? Has the opportunity for them to break through in the AFC passed them by? And you look at the state of the AFC right now. You've got Pittsburgh in there. You've got Cleveland with 4 different quarterbacks at 8-5. You have the Colts currently holding on to a playoff spot, and yet there are the Buffalo Bills all the way down in 11th place at 7-6. And so when we talk about teams and their windows, this is a Bills team that 2 years ago probably should be playing in the Super Bowl. Year after year, this team has gotten to a game against the Chiefs and has faltered. And now here they sit with an uphill battle, a team that's not playing very well. They've had injuries ruin their defense. And they need to win out in order to have a chance to make the playoffs and potentially finally break through. I mean, they're a team that is still waiting for that breakthrough, just like Dallas is waiting for that breakthrough. But they are, it is an uphill climb for this Buffalo Bills team for where they sit currently in the AFC power structure.
I second the motion on that one as well, too. The other one that's going to be very interesting. We'll be out at the CIZ Sports Bar, CIZ Sportsbook on Monday as the Eagles travel to the Seahawks. Talk about a couple teams that need to have firing on all cylinders. Eagles looking to get back on track at 10-3. Seahawks, they've got to win out. Again, there's another team that's got to win out if they're going to keep pace with the 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah, and if you got 4 teams fighting for those 3 spots right now, Atlanta, New Orleans in the mix too, but you would think that one of the NFC South teams would be represented there. You've got the Rams, surprisingly 6-7. A game last week they should have won. Take advantage of that, especially when other wild card teams like the Packers and Vikings lost. You had the Vikings now starting, I think, their 4th quarterback this season with Jaron Hall this week. You got the Packers and Jordan Love, all the praise last week, and then he loses to Tommy DeVito. And then again, Tommy DeVito and the Giants, can you count them out? I don't know. So I think both wild card races are going to be fun to watch coming down the stretch.
Last but not least, when you have your Hall of Fame quarterback call you out, i.e. one Ben Roethlisberger for the Steelers, call this team out, call them soft. It's not the same Steelers, but they're taking on the Colts, both 7-6. I wonder how much that resonates across the locker room. I mean, if we had people outside in Buffalo that say, "Well, the team is soft, the team is this, the team is that," I don't know. Maybe that's a shot across the locker room, across the bow that the Steelers might need to try to win 4 games out. I don't know.
So their next 4 games, all playoff contender teams. You got at the Colts, home against the Bengals, at the Seahawks, at the Ravens. Shoo, do the Pittsburgh Steelers make the playoffs with that schedule?
Come on, Shoo.
Come on, you can't ask me a question like that. We've got 5 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that are currently 7-6 fighting over 3 spots. I have no idea. If Houston can get healthy with CJ Stroud, they've got a chance. Denver seemingly won't go away despite maybe faltering against the Houston Texans. Cincinnati, you thought Joe Burrow out, no chance that they would be able to make a run. Jake Browning has them competitive. Your guess is as good as mine to see who's going to make these final 3 spots in the AFC. I'm not going on the record so this can be played back in 3 weeks. It's not happening.
You're the great prognosticator. You're our counselor. You're our attorney. Come on, man. Why are you backing down now?
Nah, not going to be me. Not going to be me.
Shoot, you don't want to be on the rewind? Come on.
No, that's exactly why. I'm not trying to be on the rewind. My picks have not been very good lately. No, I'm avoiding this at all costs.
Hey, if you're looking for a career that pays great with incredible benefits, All City Towing continues to look for new people to join their team. Head to allcitytowing.com and search careers. All City Towing statewide service, and the answer to your call 24/7. Just go to allcitytowing.com. Well, coming up next, it's our Arena Sports Grill segment. This week, we are giving you a chance to win a free large one-item pizza from Arena Sports Grill just for listening. But with the playoff push, the NFL contending in Week 15, all 32 teams are in action, with most of the teams battling for playoff spots, as we mentioned. The schedule features a triple header on Saturday and on Sunday, night clash between AFC division leaders and the Ravens and Jaguars on Sunday night. Plus, just the bowl season starts with 6 games to bet and watch. This is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910, live from Wright Toyota.
Check this out.
This
Clear.
is The Herd
You're excited. I'm excited.
with Colin Cowherd.
I would like to point out that all through this league with quarterback injury, when an offensive coach loses a starting quarterback, it's not man overboard. 32 at
Yeah, I know. I'll turn it back on here in a second.
Weekend, Jake Browning, a backup at Jacksonville. Zach Taylor, offensive coach.
This is The Herd. Monday at 10. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy dry cloths have ultra thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back.
Don't come to me if I'm taking calls, please.
Super wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Team, it's snowing again tomorrow. They're predicting 2 to 3 feet.
'Tis the overtime season for Frank Snowplows.
Kelly, can you take another shift?
Let it snow. Quality driver applicants.
Hey guys, know anybody else with a D license?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio.
You're hot. Yeah, Football 50 is powered this hour by Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill, our pizza giveaway. We'll take callers 1, 2, and 3. We'll take it easy on Shu this afternoon since it's a Friday, but since he's been working so hard all week long. So all I have to do is win a free large one-topping pizza from Arena Sports Grill. Just call 602-260-9191. 602-260-9191. We'll take our first 3 calls when a free large one-topping pizza from Arena Sports Grill. Well, we look at the first, I would call it the first 7 games, 6 games on Saturday for college football. College football bowl season is finally here. Rocks, Ohio Bobcats taking on Georgia Southern. That will kick off the bowl game slate as they meet in the Myrtle Beach Bowl on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock kickoff here. Other notable weekend matchups include Fresno State and New Mexico State clashing in the New Mexico Bowl, UCLA and Boise State meeting in the LA Bowl, and Cal and Texas Tech squaring off in the Independence Bowl. Now, the bowl season concludes with Alabama and Michigan playing in the college football semifinals, and Texas and Washington meeting in the other semifinal on New Year's Day. That was very interesting, Shu, before we talk about the games this weekend. Alabama just hired a former University of Michigan assistant. Funny how that happens. Guy was just out there on the street and get that, hey, you're not doing anything right now. You think you want to come in for the bowl game? We'll hire you full-time and just kind of get the goods on this Michigan team. I thought that was very interesting. By the way, we talked about quarterbacks here from the Valley of the Sun. We talked about Brock Purdy being from Perry High School, taking on the Cardinals. You have Parker Navarro, who is at Desert Vista High School. He will be starting for Roc's Ohio Bobcats in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Parker, I've had a chance to train since 6th grade. He had transferred from UCF to Ohio. He's there. He loves it. By the way, Shu and Jax, he had a chance to go to New Mexico State. He said, you know what? I'm going to stay here, and I'll go ahead and make my bed. And he loves Athens, Ohio. Loves all that they have to offer from that standpoint. But that gets it all going tomorrow as you got a pretty good Ohio Bobcat team taking on a Georgia Southern. I don't know much about Georgia Southern. 6-6. They made it. They're in. It'll be a good game.
Yeah, I got a little fun fact for you about Georgia Southern. So they're led by their quarterback, Davis Brin, and he's a transfer from Tulsa. And you're probably thinking, Jackson, why are you mentioning a guy from Tulsa? Well, in 2021, he was the quarterback of Tulsa, and they played in the Myrtle Beach Bowl, and he was the MVP. So Davis Brin has a chance to make history of being the same bowl game on two different teams, being the MVP on two different teams.
Look at you over there.
I did a little history there, Manuch, for the program today. So that's your little history lesson. Davis Brin could break history and be the first quarterback to be MVP of the same bowl game on two different teams.
Yeah, that'll be 9 o'clock, as I mentioned. That'll be on ESPN and ESPN Plus. The second game will be on ABC and ESPN Plus at 10 o'clock. That'll be Howard and Florida A&M. That is the Cricket Celebration Bowl. That'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes Stadium. And then followed by Jacksonville State at Louisiana. That's going to be the Carriers, R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Again, that'll be on ESPN, ESPN Plus. That's at 12:15. This game will be interesting to see because you have two teams that go at it pretty good. 1:30 on ABC and ESPN. Miami of Ohio, 11-2, taking on Appalachian State in the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl, and that'll be at Mortgage Stadium in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, so this is where the transfer portal starts to intrude college football, specifically bowl season. Miami of Ohio just beat Toledo in the MAC championship. What does a quarterback do best after winning the MAC championship? Go to the portal. And the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season that's going to return next year is hurt. So now they're in a situation, they've got two guys that have never played the season. One, I forget the name, but he had 2 passes for like 17 yards last year, and another one was a transfer from Colorado that never played. So those two are going to have to face App State, who Joey Aguilar is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, App State, after, beating James Madison just a couple weeks ago. So just trying to intrigue the audience a little bit on watching bowl season. I don't like, the portal being December 5th, but it makes sense with spring semester coming up that unfortunately we're going to see a lot of transfer quarterbacks of teams be in the portal.
Well, what a great job Jerry Kills on Mexico State. 10-4, taking on a very good Fresno State team. Another Arizona product, Mikey Keene, who used to be at Chandler High School, leading the charge, beat ASU 29-0. That game is the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. That's a University Stadium. That'll be at 3:45 on ESPN, ESPN Plus. This is a game I'm interested to see. I don't know who's going to be quarterbacking for UCLA. So 5:30 tomorrow night, UCLA at 7-5, taking on Boise State at 8-5. That's at SoFi Stadium there in LA. Interesting to see who takes the reins. And I like Boise State in that game.
Yeah, so UCLA, it's going to be Ethan Garbers. He's been playing kind of the back end of the season. We saw some freshman moments from Dante Moore. He steps in more of a veteran guy. They're losing their top edge rusher to the draft, Latu. He's probably going to be a top 10 pick. So I'm interested to see how UCLA is there For Boise State, again, like I just mentioned, quarterback leads into the championship, wins it, he goes to the portal. So Green is now signed with Arkansas, so they're going to have C.J. Tiller, true freshman, starting against this really good UCLA defense that's top 3 in the country.
And last but not least, at 7:15 on ESPN Plus as they just continue to roll on. California at 6-6, Texas Tech at 6-6. The Independence Technique Independence Bowl that'll be in Shreveport, Louisiana. How the heck did California get to 6-6?
Well, they were 3-6. They went 3-0 their last couple games. Fernando Mendoza won the starting job over Ben Finley, which Rudy mentioned him a couple weeks ago. And then their other transfer quarterback from TCU, Sam Jackson V. This is interesting. This is a really young bunch from California. Maybe they can have this win boost in the next year. And how gross is this to say? In the ACC. Cal in the ACC, barf.
You know, the other thing, too, as I look at these games, you still have a lot of recruiting going on right now. Coaches are on the road. They come back for their bowl games. They've got a lot of kids, eyeballs on this game as far as watching them. I mean, no matter who's quarterbacking or not, they still want to win these games because there's a lot of recruits that are looking forward to these games.
Yeah, and I'll ask you, too, I wonder when NIL is going to start to come into the play of these bowl games. Like for Bo Nix example with the Fiesta Bowl, I wonder if you see in the future, hey, Bo Nix, Fiesta Bowl, we'll give you some money to play in this bowl game so you don't opt out and go to the draft. That might help the bowl games later on in the future.
Yeah, our winners for our Arena Sports Grill one-topping pizza are Robert Mateless, I believe it is, Mark Terry, and Brian D'Angelo. All of our winners, we appreciate you calling in for Arena Sports Grill. Hey, coming up in hour number 2, we'll catch up with CEO of the Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses. We'll have our Learn and Row Pick'em contest with our $50 gift card, and we'll handicap some of the top NFL games of the weekend with sports handicapper Scott Spreitzer. It's all right here on Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, right here on Fox Sports 910 live from Wright Toyota.
Clear.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fouie, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! Scottsdale!
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
On the way tomorrow in college basketball, the Sun Devils are headed to Fort Worth to take on TCU. ASU had their 4-game winning streak snapped for the loss at San Diego last weekend. Number 1 Arizona gets number 4 Purdue in Indianapolis. Grand Canyon faces Portland tomorrow in the Jerry Colangelo Classic. The Coyotes open up a 3-game homestand tonight.
Eric is there.
The Sharks. The Suns continue their 5-game homestand against the Knicks. Grayson Allen is available, and Eric Gordon is now questionable for the game. The Suns are 13-11. The Cardinals back home Sunday. They'll battle the 49ers. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a sunny start to the day with sunny skies in the afternoon. A high of 74, and then tonight temperatures dropping down to 50 degrees. For the Fox and Weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Oh no, is that a crack in my sleigh's windshield?
Don't worry, Santa. New Vision Auto Glass comes to you. Plus, you can qualify for up to $375 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill. Call 480-210-9090.
New Vision Auto Glass. Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for our weekly visit with the executive director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Eric Moses. This is our opportunity to talk high-level college football and check on the bowl selection process. Eric Moses, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio.
You're hot.
Well, outside of the Fiesta Bowl, or the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, and the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, tomorrow is Arizona's highest attended single-day event, and that is called the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Parade, presented by Lerner and Rowe. And joining us to discuss that, as well as the 2 bowl games, is the CEO, Eric Moses. Eric, how you doing this Friday, day before the big parade?
I feel like a kid before Christmas, man. I'm so excited about my first Verbo Fiesta Bowl parade. I can hardly wait.
So do you get your own float? I mean, how's that work? Are you in like a convertible? I mean, how's that work with the big guy? I'm just curious.
There he is, the CEO and president.
There he is.
Right there.
You know, you before Santa, after Santa? I mean, where are you at?
Maybe a little Pope mobile, right? So I got some plexiglass so people throw tomatoes at me. You know, I got some protection. Maybe something like that. We'll see.
So I know a lot of people are excited. It's a great family event. It's been around for so many years, and we were fortunate to catch up with Richard Jefferson yesterday. We got Jake Plummer later today as the Grand Marshals, and I know you're proud to have those two. As the spirit of the competition is one of the themes here, Arizona. Talk about those two individuals and why they were selected. First of all, let's talk about Richard too. I'll start with him and why he is such a perfect fit as one of the Grand Marshals.
Well, again, like you said, the spirit of competition is our theme, and there's no greater competition that I've found thus far in this state than between Arizona and ASU. And so having both of those programs, those athletic programs, represented in the parade this year, we thought was really a perfect fit and a perfect balance. Richard is so synonymous, I think, with basketball excellence in the state, having won a state championship at Moon Valley and then going down to Tucson and playing on some great teams, one of which that played in a Final Four and a national championship, and then a long and distinguished career in the NBA. And now we listen to him on ESPN as a commentator and a broadcaster since, I think, 2019. So thought he was a great representation of this place and all it represents. And then Jake the Snake, man. I mean, come on. Rose Bowl, all the records at ASU, then leaves ASU and goes right here to the Cardinals, has some great success there before moving on to the Denver Broncos. And if you guys haven't talked to him or met him, just one hell of a great guy, man. Just so authentic, such a heart for people, and so excited, both of them, so excited to be part of this parade.
I think more than anything, when we talk about Jake Rock, and I've been interviewing him forever, and I've known him forever. Talk about the route, if you will, of the parade, the timing from where to where, and to give some of the people parking down there a little bit of a heads up about where to go and where not to go.
You guys are going to turn me into a traffic cop now?
Yes.
Come on,
okay.
yeah, right. Detour Eric Moses.
No, I just moved here.
Well, so is the directions up on the website? I mean, we could go to fiestable.org. Is that probably the best bet? And the whole map is there, I'm sure.
You can find them there. We start down at the North Phoenix Church on Bethany Home and Central Avenue, and then we're going to go straight down Central Avenue. And people can line up all around there. It's going to be great weather tomorrow. It'll be in the high 40s, I think, early in the morning, but by the time we finish, it should be close to 80. So I think it's going to be fantastic. As an East Coast guy, I'm used to parades happening, around Christmas and Thanksgiving when it's cold. So being in a parade and being able to see a parade when the weather is much more bearable sounds like a really great idea to me.
And Eric, I know it gets all started off tonight at Mesa High School. I'm excited for the girls flag football clinic that you have. Deanna Flores will be the special guest.
Are you part of that, Manuch?
Yeah, that's like my beef with Eric is in the release.
No, that's not Eric. That's Scott.
Okay.
Let's give Scott. He's a lot. PR guys are the ones. I was a former PR guy. We always take the hit for our boss.
All right,
we got to give it to.
All right,
give it to
Scotty.
Scott.
Where's Dan Manuch will be leading the quarterbacking drills at the Fiesta Bowl Girls Flag Football Clinic at Mesa High School. By the way, the hours are 6 to 7:30.
And you're bringing Brock Purdy with you, right? He's in town for the Cardinal game.
Scheduled to bring Brock Purdy. That's one thing from
Nice.
that standpoint. But I got to be now. Is one Eric Moses going to make an appearance? Maybe come out and catch a few passes. I'll spin a few to you, big fella.
It's possible, but I got to tell you, all the scuttlebutt on social media is the fact that Dan Manuch is going to be there, and so
okay, Eric,
he wants to get out there and figure out how they make it to the league, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Jackson, you can stop moonwalking.
Yeah.
Right
Don't make his head get already bigger than. You know how hard it's been this week, Eric. We have probably said Brock Purdy, those two words, an average of 40 times a show.
Oh, easily,
or at least he has. So his head is so big right now.
Well, also, as you know, Eric, because you know all the history of the Fiesta Bowl, during the COVID year, one Brock Purdy, as Iowa State beat Oregon, won the MVP of that. And Rock was honored that afternoon as well.
Yes,
too.
I was, but I wasn't there.
Yeah,
because of COVID.
So you got a little Fiesta Bowl flavor. You got some Fiesta Bowl flavor coming in this weekend with one Brock Purdy.
Look, I have seen him play. I have seen him beat my favorite team, and the kid's good, and we know who to give the credit to for all of his prowess on the field. He knows how to get it done for sure.
Hey, so talk to us about the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. How sales are going right now? It's on the 26th. Still got plenty of time. Another 11 days before that game at Chase. Talk a little bit about how pre-sales are going for that, and are the schools we're going to see a lot of representation from the two schools.
Yeah, the sales are going well. They're strong. I'm a promoter, so you can always have more sales, right? I'd rather sell out 3 times than have an empty seat in the building. So we encourage people to continue to buy seats. Good seats are still available. We introduced some new inventory this year, some all-inclusives and some seating with some tables and stuff, and those things are really flying off the shelves. So things are going well. Both of those teams, Kansas, who had a great year this year, and UNLV, who had a really good year this year, are both raring to go and to get here and get it started down there at Chase Field. So we think they're going to be both very well represented. I did an interview this morning with the television station, and the young lady interviewing me was a UNLV grad, and so she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know they were coming, so we're gonna come out to the game." So yeah, it's still percolating. Tickets still available. Going to be a fantastic game.
Well, like this year, Eric, is for both games, you can actually go to SeatGeek and you can actually click on just the game itself and then premium seating for the game. So you could get that higher end ticket better views, better access to food, and things of that sort. I think that's a really cool way that you have instilled this year, because I like the fact that, there are some people, they want to go to a game, but they want that really good seat. For those that have the means, it's a good option.
Yeah, we like it, and we want to introduce some new things every year. We want to keep people guessing and giving them another opportunity to do something that's fun. As you guys know, I mean, this is about a high-level postseason college football game, but it's also about a holiday kind of tradition and people getting out and enjoying the holidays with each other and doing something outside of the house but fun downtown. And so we have the advantage of playing in a baseball stadium, and so we're going to continually look for ways to take advantage of that kind of non-traditional venue to introduce some really interesting things for fans to enjoy.
And then look at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, Oregon taking on Liberty. Bo Nix will be playing. You got to like that right there, Eric.
I love it. And he did a great video the other day that he put up on social media encouraging all the Ducks fans to come out and watch his last college football game. That kid is one of the best that I've ever seen do it. I know, Dan, you are better to judge that than I am, but he is awfully good, and I think has an opportunity to set the record as the most accurate passer in college history with this next game.
2.
So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to meet that mark and continue to get these Ducks over, I think, a feisty and well-prepared Liberty squad that was 13-0. And I don't care what you think about Conference USA or their competition. 13-0 is 13-0. I don't care what league you play in. And these guys have nothing to lose, so they're going to have their ears pinned back and ready to go when they get here.
Will there be events? I know that the pep rallies get scheduled for Oregon and Liberty, and maybe for the Guaranteed Rate Bowl as well, too, where the alumni here locally can get to it. Are those on the website as well, too, as far as them showing up and being a part of that?
Yeah, to the extent that any of that stuff has been publicized, it should be on our website. Okay. A lot of those things, as you guys know, tend to be kind of, I won't say private, but they're set up by the alumni associations associated with the school or what have you. So I would say look at our website first, but if not, and you happen to be a local alum,
1 minute.
Contact your local alumni association, because I'm sure they'll have some information about those things.
Eric, enjoy your first Fiesta Bowl parade. They're a blast. Enjoy it. Have a good time. We're going to have Kevin Rowe, who's the big sponsor, on next, so we're looking forward to him, and I know he's excited. I talked to him today about his float, so I think it's going to be a great morning, and appreciate you coming on today. We'll look forward to doing this again next week.
Yeah, bring your cleats tonight there, Big E.
Yeah.
Bring them out.
I'll do it. Thank you guys for everything you do.
You guys. Eric Bose joining us, the Executive Director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Again, the parade is tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit more about that next. As Kevin Rowe, he's the sponsor, as Lerner Rowe is the big one. So we'll catch up with him and get his picks. If you want to challenge him for our contest that we do every Friday, we have a $50 gift card at stake if you can beat him. 602-260-9191. That's 260-9191. Here's the picks that you'll need. We'll take these off the air. Total passing yards combined for Cowboys and Bills, over under 550. Total offensive yards for 49ers and Cards, over under 450. Total sacks the Rams will have again on the Commanders quarterbacks. I don't know why you did that one, Manuch. Over under 3. And the winner score the Eagles and Seahawks, and she will be able to read those back to you as well. 602-260-9191. Fifth caller to challenge the counselor.
Monday on the drive.
Clear.
How different will you feel about Kyler Murray's future after the 49ers game? Plus, how different will you feel about the Suns' big 3 after their 2 games? 605 on the drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fouie, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Time to get in on real estate investments. GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker, NMLS 1091187. License MB0924983, an equal opportunity employer.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball. Onward to victory.
Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
What do you mean he's not coming in? This is our busiest time.
The mixologist at Claude's Bar is moving to Manhattan.
I'm already down 2 bar backs. No one's manning front of
Now he needs an equally cosmopolitan replacement.
How am I going to find a new bartender before New Year's Eve?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner & Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. At Lerner & Rowe, no fees unless you win. Now Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot.
I believe we are interrupting our next guest from a nap, because he's got to get up real early tomorrow to get ready for the float.
Oh, that's right.
At the Verbo Fiesta Bowl presented by Lerner & Rowe.
I think he's resting his hand, too, for the wave.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going there. How you doing there, Kev? What's happening, buddy?
I only wish I could be sleeping, Ross, but I am not. I'm actually using ChatGPT-5 and writing my speech for tomorrow at the Fiesta Bowl.
Dude, I got to tell you, I just started getting into that. Isn't that stuff awesome? I mean, it's
fantastic.
It is, but it's scary at the same point. The power that thing has. You know, I did a menu out at the park recently. I said we want to do this concept. Typed in a couple things, and it was done in 30 seconds?
Wow.
A full-fledged menu with prices and kids menu and all that. I mean, it's crazy what that thing can do.
I literally typed in synergies between Lerner & Rowe Gives Back and the Fiesta Bowl organization, and it just spit out everything less than 20 seconds.
It's crazy. I wonder who that guy is. He's pretty smart. Who's knocking that out, man?
Doing that.
So tomorrow
I'm going to be sounding very professional tomorrow.
Yeah, you got all this TV hits, and is Glenn going to be there as well?
No, he actually went to our Chicago, Indiana Christmas party last night.
Oh.
So he flew out to do that while I stayed to take care of the parade here. So we split up to take care of the two different events.
And so will you have a lot of staff out there tomorrow? I mean, is this an opportunity for some of the Lerner Row family members to come out?
Absolutely. I think we have 60 or so people coming out.
Oh, good.
Obviously, staff members with their family and friends are coming out on a walk with the float. And, yes, I have to get my arm warmed up because it's not for waving, Brock. It's for throwing Lerner and Row Nerf footballs and T-shirts and other fun items to everybody along the parade route.
Were you guys allowed to do candy this year?
Oh, you are?
No, I'm asking, are you allowed to use candy this year? I know that's been an issue in the past.
We're not allowed to throw footballs. The city of Phoenix gets mad at us.
That's what it was.
But it is the Fiesta Bowl parade.
Yeah.
Throw footballs.
What's
it's a fun time, man. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I do too. All right, let's get to it. You're going to be playing against Jack in Phoenix. You're coming off a win. You won last week, so nice job there. You saved us a $50 gift card. All right, so here we go. We got 4 of them. Total passing yards combined for the Cowboys-Bills game will be over under 550. Over under 550. Where are you going on this?
All right. So my fantasy quarterback is Josh Allen.
Ooh.
And after what occurred last night with my running back, Austin Eckler, I need a lot of help. So I think a couple of things here. One, I think Dak Prescott has had a great last 5 games against subpar teams, but he doesn't play well in weather and outside. So I think that may affect it. And I think we're going to have some weather, wind, and maybe rain up in Buffalo. So I am going I'm going with the over because I hopefully think Josh Allen's going to get me 550 yards.
Okay. Shoot, what's Jack going with?
Yeah, Jack was all in on the weather being a factor, exactly what Kevin said, but he followed through and took the under and did a pivot and went back to the over.
I need Josh Allen to do it. I said Dak has trouble with the weather. Josh Allen does. He lives there. He
should be. All right, Counselor. Question number 2. Total offensive yards for the Brock Purdy-led 49ers versus the Cardinals will be a combined over under 450 yards. Combined over under 450 yards. Did I tell you that the Niners were led by Brock Purdy, former Perry High School individual, who you know very well, at least the family.
Dude, this is getting just too much with the Brock Purdy. Jeez.
I love it.
This is a pretty easy answer.
Oh, there it is. You're right.
Yes, Brock Purdy's parents and Brock Purdy family friends. Yes, he's also been clients of ours. So we know Brock pretty well, and we have a big contingency of staff that is rooting for Brock and has been rooting for him for the last couple of years. So we're excited to have him home. It's going to be great. I know there's a lot of people going to the game, and Manuch, you asked me early in the week, and I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to stay home in my house so I can watch the game instead of being bothered and driving all the way out to the stadium in traffic.
I'm with you. Touche.
You enjoy yourself, Manuch, out there. It should be a lot of fun. I think Brock Purdy is come here to make a statement. So I know you said combined, and again, it's one of those things I just said earlier. There's just too many weapons, and he's been playing too fantastic. Trent Williams in the line is giving him tons of time to do what he needs to do. He's going to surgically destroy the defense. So I'm going with Brock Purdy in the over.
All right, and which way Jack go?
He also went with the over.
Okay.
All right, total sacks.
Pretty fantastic.
Oh, jeez.
Brock, you just let me know. I can take the phone line out if at any point.
How about Manuch out? Okay? How about Manuch out? I mean, I got here
that. You have to do that on your end. I can't do that from here. I only have Kevin back here.
You guys, I mean, I was late today. You guys spent 40 minutes on him earlier in the first hour.
Yeah, right. He could be the MVP as well.
Right, we know that. We said it once. Twice.
Kev, that's pretty damn good. If you ask me.
Kevin. All right. Total sacks the Rams will have on the Commanders. Over under 3. Rams sacks on the Commanders QBs. Over under 3.
Should be an easy one, Kevin.
This is, I don't know if it's an easy one. This is going to be a real fun game, isn't it?
Yeah, can't wait.
I don't have any players. I don't know. This is one of those odd things. Over under 3, both
3 minutes
are averaging allowed and getting, under 3. So I'm going to stick with the under.
All right, Jack.
The over.
All right, so we got under and over, and then quickly winner and score Eagles and Seahawks.
Well, Rock, how you doing, buddy? This is one of those teams that are just falling from grace, aren't they?
No, they're not. He just took a little break for a couple games.
Yeah, a couple of games against real teams, I guess.
Oh,
counselor!
Okay,
wow.
So
All of a sudden, you're a Seahawk fan?
No, I'm definitely not a Seahawks fan. I'm not one of the 12 men on the field.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. Playing in Seattle is very difficult. Has it not been for these great Eagle teams? Right?
Yeah.
Hasn't it been difficult over the last century?
Yeah.
Playing up in Seattle?
Yeah.
The 12th man is real. It is real. It gets real loud, and they're crazy. I'm going with this. I don't even know if Geno Smith is playing or not, but I also know really kind of doesn't really matter because.
Oh, wow. All right, give us your score, counselor. Come on. I know you're on the clock. Come on.
Shots. Wow.
So I'm going to do this. Rock, I'm going with you, but I'm just going to say it's going to be a very, 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 very tight game because I know your boy Hurts needs to get a win here. And
Badly.
Good. So I'm going with 27-24 Eagles.
Good call there. I'll take a W. All right, and Jack?
He has the Eagles 35-17.
Okay, nice.
Oh, he's got a
Also, I know, Kev, you're in our fantasy. I'm Jackson. You can answer both Manuch and I don't have any guys going this week. I don't understand. What's wrong with the app?
Because you're on bye.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on bye.
First of all, I beat you.
Doesn't matter.
I beat you. I also beat Manuch.
Yeah, you did. But I'm not playing this week because I got to buy.
Yeah, you beat me by like 1, I
The only
think.
reason why I got in was I got in by like 0.1 from beating Sammy, my dad, last week. It was fantastic. Got him out and he in.
Good stuff. Hey, enjoy tomorrow, man. It's really cool that you guys support the bowl. We appreciate you, and have a good time. Thanks so much for the time today, buddy.
You're going to be out there, right, bud?
Yeah, but it's what, 7 o'clock on a Saturday?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
On the Saturday. Expect to see you in your yellow jacket, buddy, walking down.
I'll bring you my extra one.
Love it. Appreciate it, guys.
You got it. See you, buddy. That's Kevin Rowe, Learner Rowe. Learner Rowe gives back. We'll have more on that once we turn the clock to 2024. Coming up, we will catch up with Scott Spreitzer as we continue talking about Week 15 in the National Football League. We will we're going to get a bowl game in there too, but then we got some NFL games. So that's next as we continue from Wright Toyota with Jimmy B.
Clear. Hey, Jax.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Cardinals come out of their bye.
Can you turn Rock's microphone down? He's peaking a little bit. He's a little hot coming back to the station.
Arizona native Purdy will be making his first career start in his home state. The Cardinals also adding linebacker Tyreek Smith off the Seahawks practice squad. The Suns play host to the Knicks tonight. They're 1-2 on their current 5-game homestand. In the loss to Brooklyn Wednesday night, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant in their first game together combined for 75 points. And the Coyotes open a 3-game homestand of their own tonight as they entertain the San Jose Sharks. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow. First, it was the Roc and Manuch cheesesteak, then the Roc and Manuch lager and amber beers. Now they have taken it to another level with a secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. This is how it works. Make plans to watch all the football games at BKD's Backyard Joint. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., our secret menu is available, but you need to ask for it. Just say you want the secret Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu. And while you're there, be sure to say hi to our buddy Kelly Cooper, the owner of BKD's Backyard Joint. It's a perfect place in Chandler to watch all the games, including college hoops. They have 37 TVs with as many as 14 different games going at the same time. Plus, they love showing all of our home team games. So ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's secret menu this Sunday after 3. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. No problem. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate Razor, while others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN's Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spreitzer. And he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, since my name is on the marquee first, that means I get to go first, and I get to pick whatever game I want Scott to handicap.
Go ahead, Rock.
So I am going with the Ohio University Bobcats taking on Georgia Southern and the Eagles, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, as Myrtle Beach Bowl, that is. And as the first bowl to start the season off, it'll start at 11 o'clock local, 9 here on ESPN. Over-under, I believe, is around 48, 49. And the Eagles favored by 3.5. All right. Help me out on this one, Scott. Let's go. Let's give me some love here for my alma mater.
I was going to say, first of all, why would you go with the Ohio game? Out of all,
now you know.
We know why.
Yes, now we know.
No, this game has been dropping over the last 35, 45 minutes tops. It's down to 2.5 at a lot of books. Probably about half the books. I got about 20 books in front of me on my line service. The other half still have it at 3. But it has gone. We have seen money coming in on the Bobcats. They're missing nearly everyone who mattered on offense this season. I mean, starting quarterback, top 2 running backs, top wide receiver, all missing this game. And they're down a total of 15 players from their regular season roster. That makes it tough to back Ohio for me. Parker Navarro has been named the starting quarterback. He threw 10 passes all season. So they're a little hamstrung on offense. And, of course, they weren't that hot on offense. Now they're truly hamstrung. They relied on their defense more often than not this year. But this will be the most, I think, dynamic pass offense that they've faced. Georgia Southern, 14th in the nation in passing yards per game, average 31 a game. They did lose their final 4 games. But you know what, guys? I tend to look to play on teams that lost 4 or 5 in a row going into their bowl game and then are made the favorite. It's a little bit different this year because we got so many entering the transfer portal or opting out for whatever reason. So it's a little bit different of a handicap. It's not a premium play for me, but I like Georgia Southern minus a couple of points here.
All right, Scott. I'm seeing it now at 2.5 now at DraftKings. So you're right. It's dropping.
Out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Scott, let's not poo-poo one Parker Navarro, okay? He is from the lab since 6th grade. It's the same lab that Brock Purdy, Tyler Shuck,
there we
Chuck
go.
Purdy.
Can't go second without saying his name.
They all came from the same lab, so I don't know if that's going to affect the line one way or the other.
That's why it's coming down.
But, yeah. See, that's exactly why. A Manucci guy.
About an hour ago. All of a sudden they said he was in the quarterback room, and with Manuch, and so we got to play him. But yeah, the only thing is he's 7 for 10, so you can spin it and say he's a 70% passer.
I gotta love. He is excited for the game. As you know, so many guys you talked about loss. He just said, "Hey, we're just everybody banded together." And with Chuck Knox used to tell me, "Hey, you got to play at the hand you're dealt." So be it in that game.
Yeah, and that's the reason it's not a premium play for me, guys.
Yeah.
Because they still seem to be excited about being in this game, even
Sure.
though they've lost all those players. And a lot of times, these early bowls are all about motivation. Bobcats still have it. So, it's an opinion. I used it as a video, in fact, overnight last night on Georgia Southern. But confidence level would be one of the lower confidence levels I have in the bowls.
All right, Scott, the second game, the Brock Purdy-led 49ers, minus 12 at the Cardinals. It wasn't at 13.5 at one point. Just curious to see why I might have came down a 1.5.
Divisional home dog getting all those points. That's really one of the main reasons. And first of all, a divisional home dog over the years has been the way to go no matter what the point spread is. And, San Francisco is the best team in football. They now lead the league in yards per point. They overtook the Dolphins after last week. The Dolphins, of course, dropping off after their great start. But the thing is San Francisco's 0-4 against the spread when laying double digits on the road the last 4 times. And the average final score when they've been a double-digit road dog, San Francisco 27, opponents 22. And all 4 of those games were decided by 9 or fewer points, including a 3-point win in overtime. Late last season against the Raiders, they were a 10-point favorite. They won by 3 in overtime. But Purdy, now here's the thing. You've got 2 things to look at here. Brock Purdy's 2-0 straight up and against the spread against the Cardinals, but Shanahan 6-7 straight up, 5-7-1 against the spread against the Cardinals. And I think the reason the Niners have had an issue with covering against Arizona has been it's a letdown spot for San Francisco most of the time since Shanahan has coached there. And Kyler Murray, by the way, 23-13-2 against the number. His last 38 as a dog. If you look at this team, what have they gone, like 6 games without a turnover? Murray, how about this against San Francisco? 67% passer, 8-2 touchdown to INT ratio, and almost a 91 passer rating in his games against the Niners. So if you handicap this and make it about a matchup situation, you would think the Niners blow them out. But if you're all about numbers and situations, which is how you're supposed to bet the NFL, it's Arizona. I like Arizona plus the points here. I think San Francisco wins the game, but I think Arizona covers.
All right, how about Eagles at the Seahawks? 2 slumping teams right now. Seattle's lost 4 straight for the first time in Carroll's tenure there. Eagles, they're no longer on the top of the NFC East. We know what's happened to them in the last 2. Spreads at 3 in Seattle. Talk about this one.
Yeah, defense has allowed 109 points in the last 3 games, and you talked about Philly. So they're not playing at the level they did last year. They're 28th or worse in points per game allowed, passing yards per game allowed, third down percentage, red zone touchdown percentage allowed, and opponents passer rating. Again, 28th or worse in all those categories. But again, like I just mentioned that last game, if you play lines and numbers and not teams, then Philly's the side. The line is down 2 points from where it was last week in the look-ahead line because the Eagles looked ugly the last 2 weeks, and Seattle's off a couple of covers. But Seattle has just 2 wins over winning teams this season. And after going through a stretch against a murderer's row of opponents, I think Philly bounces back. I mean, look at what they just played the last 4 or 5 weeks. It was crazy tough, and I think they get back on track. I think a field goal is very fair if you like the Eagles on this one.
How much of the injury format for the Eagles has constituted their losses? Have you really dug into that in reference to this little bit of a slip, if you will?
Absolutely. It's a combination of the bumps and bruises they've had along with that murderer's row of, the last 4 weeks of teams they've played. And it's not a situation with Philly on defense of just, okay, they're missing a defensive lineman or they're missing one defensive back. It's like cluster injuries everywhere on that defense. So I think the Eagles are going to, almost call them the Phillies. Sheesh. I think the Eagles are going to right the ship.
3.
Certainly by playoff time. I just think it was a combination of, as you mentioned, the injuries combined with the fact that they just played a gauntlet of opponents. And, I'm not saying Seattle is not capable at home of pulling the so-called mild upset, but I just think the Eagles bounce back here. I don't see them losing a third straight game.
All right, Scott, the last one, Dallas at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 2.5. Is that just solely because it's in Buffalo, the weather, and all the above? I was surprised to see the Dallas is getting 2.5 in this game.
Yeah, I actually, this is one of those games where you're going to see sharp action on the Buffalo Bills, and I'm one of those guys who jumped in on Buffalo at -2. You look at Dallas, and by the way, a lot of that has to do, obviously, if Dallas was at home, they'd be the favorite here.
Sure.
So it has home field advantage wrapped into this line or baked into this line. But, Dallas has won 5 in a row, but the first 4 wins came against Seattle, Washington, Carolina, and the Giants before we had Tommy Cutlets take it over. The final win came against the gassed Philadelphia squad. I just mentioned how bad that schedule was for Philly. They played their 5th straight high-intensity game that started on November 5th, which was against Dallas. It included games against KC, Buffalo, San Francisco, and then last week's second game against the Cowboys. So they caught Philly at the perfect time. Buffalo looked rejuvenated on defense last week. The offense should click because Josh Allen, he prefers facing man coverage, and that's the Dallas Cowboys on defense. I mean, they play a lot of man, and, I'm not the first one to state this, but Allen has thrown just 2 of his 13 interceptions this year against man coverage. The other 11 came against zone coverage. So Dallas is like the defense that Josh Allen needs to face when it comes to the sets and when it comes to the defensive strategies itself. So Dallas is banged up on the defensive line. They play the kind of defense that Josh Allen likes to face. I think the Bills also will be able to run the football because Dallas is banged up front. I'm going to back the Bills on Sunday, guys. I plunked my money down at -2.
Do you feel if Dallas wins, that gives a lot of the handicappers a determination that the Cowboys are the real deal, and it's just not a pretender going into Buffalo and beating them, and that might affect their handicapping moving forward?
Yeah, I think so for me. I mean, it's a situation where we've seen Dallas play extremely well. Dak Prescott, playing his best football that we've seen probably in his career. But again, it's that stretch. I tend to like to look at, who they've beaten. And again, they've beaten 4 teams that are going absolutely nowhere that could barely win football games outright. And then caught Philly, as I mentioned, at the perfect time. So, they've been gifted basically 5 great spots in a row. And now they got to go up against a hungry team that's in playoff contention, that can still move the ball up and down the field. And the defense, now that it's getting healthy, looked to be really good and better last week. And by the way, that was a penalty. Throw that flag every time. What is this crap about, Kadarius Toney, look at the referee and be told where you're going to stand when you line up. He was so far offsides when he lined up. They almost called a 12-man on the field for the other side, the Buffalo Bills.
Touche.
I look, guys, and I hear this. Oh, they should be giving him a warning. Well, should they give the defensive lineman a warning when he lines up in the neutral zone? I mean, come on. It was offsides. It was the right call. But anyway, I like Buffalo. But back to your question, if Dallas can win this game on the road in Buffalo, they certainly are capable of doing so. All of a sudden, Dallas, to me, second best team in football right now behind San Francisco.
He's Scott Spreitzer live from Vegas. By the way, Raiders just scored again. Yeah. Jeez.
Did they hit triple digits yet?
Yeah. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Scott.
Take care, guys.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com, and you can follow him on Twitter or the X at Scott Wins. Well, coming up, some trouble for College game day. Are we going to see the end of Desmond Howard? We'll tell you more about that next. It's Roc and Manuch. Sports 910.
Here we go. Steve Cavino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Cavino and Rich.
It's our Purdyversary. A year ago when Jimmy G went down, which means we've been watching this dude for a year officially. Exactly. Think of where he started, what our thoughts were. We were like, oh no, who is this guy? And now he's plus 300, the new MVP favorite.
Cavino and Rich. This afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tune in Mondays as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Guys are joined every week by the top guests in the business. It's a perfect mix of guests and sportstainment. That's Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch. Only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com. Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS get here now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This holiday season, find all kinds of deals at Target. Discover sweet deals on toys and small appliances, big deals on clothing and beauty, plus so much more. At Target, get what you need for the holidays. Find new deals each week for everyone on your list and get it all fast with free drive up. Score low prices and great deals all season long. Now at Target. Exclusions apply.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
We're going to the Cardinals game on Sunday. We just got word that the roof will be open. So there you have it. So plan accordingly. There's a little rift possibly going on with College Game Day, as there's some talk, some reports that there's some drama around the set with Kirk Herbstreit and Pat McAfee maybe teaming up to get rid of Desmond Howard.
That dog won't hunt. I don't think that's going to happen.
I do.
You think so?
I hope so.
I do too.
You're not a Desmond Howard fan?
Desmond is not a fun guy.
He's kind of, he's serious in that way.
And I think that's where, College Game Day is blown up, especially because of social media and Pat McAfee. And I don't think he's in the same league as Pat McAfee. Now, I think Desmond's a good color analyst. I think he's good at what he does. I think they could live without him. I don't think they need to replace him. But I do, because I would like more Pat McAfee. I would like more Kurt. But when you got 4 or 5 guys up there, I mean, look at us. I mean, we can't. 2 of us can't
That's
even get
That's why a Big Noon Kickoff I don't watch, because there's 6 of them.
Too many.
Too many guys.
Yeah.
I think David Pollock should be back. But to your point about Desmond Howard, did you know his Finals 4 last year was Texas A&M, Baylor, Pittsburgh, and Michigan? Only one of those teams made, and the other 3 were not even bowl eligible.
Well, you had to get the Michigan situation there. You're always going to get that. Yeah, I think that McAfee is very entertaining. I like that about it. He and Herbstreit go back and forth. They banter, and it just kind of like, Howard comes in. He's kind of the serious soul. I mean, he's all football. I mean, I like that. He's X's and O's. He's all football. With the other guys, a little bit more entertaining, a little more gregarious.
Kurt was on some type of podcast the other day, and he said, this is referring to McAfee. He made a bold statement saying, if you dare even think of leaving College Game Day, I'm leaving with you.
That was on the Pat McAfee show.
Wow.
So Pat McAfee was talking about how he's been getting a lot of negative hate from these certain colleges, which Kirk Herbstreit's been dealing with his entire career.
Oh,
and Pat McAfee is one of those guys that's always on Twitter because of his job, and he kind of just, I guess, took offense to all the stuff going on. He's like, I might reconsider it. And Kirk even said, like you mentioned, he's going to leave if Pat McAfee leaves, which is a huge statement.
Yeah, Football 50 sponsored by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Phoenix, a family pizza restaurant. You can dine in, you can take out. Great for holiday catering needs. Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar at Cave Creek in the 101 next to Costco. Check them out at uppercrustwinebar.com. All right, our locks of the weekend. 2 pro games. Of course, you got games at 3 tomorrow and then the rest. So every team is playing this week. I'm the only one that has a bye.
Maybe the only one has a bye.
I'm the only one that has a bye.
Oh, in your fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you made the playoffs. We're happy for you.
Well, I got a bye.
Yeah, okay.
That is everybody's goals to have a bye.
Absolutely it is.
Just like in the regular NFL.
Yeah.
49ers are trying to get a bye week so they get home field.
Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean you win it all. You're right now, you're in the lead, but you never know. Those that come in through the wild card round could upset those for the bye.
All right, let's rewind to last week, Jax.
Do we have to rewind from last week?
Yeah, we all lost, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, Manuch got 1. He had Saints -5 over the Panthers. But besides that, we went 1-7 as a squad.
We started off. We all start off pretty good. But I mean, when no one saw the Jets and the Texans. I mean, no one saw that coming.
No.
I mean, it's just brutal. And anyway, all right, let's get to this week. Manuch, who you going with?
My first one, the Jets at the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins cover -9.5. I think that they're going to be upset. Tyreek Hill is questionable. I think he plays. I think to blow the doors off the Jets. But how about that? Zach Wilson coming around, but I still think
wait. So they're giving 9.5.
That's what I'm saying.
So they're going to blow them out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
right,
I think the Dolphins are still going to blow them out.
All right, you were just saying. You said the Dolphins were having receiver issues. Tyreek.
No, I said Dolphins are -9. They're giving 9.5, even with the issues they have.
I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Even with the issues.
I didn't miss the.
And then the 49ers at -12 at the Cardinals. I think the 49ers will cover. I think that they also blow the doors off of the Arizona Cardinals.
So I'm trying to just get a push this week. So my underdog lock was the Cardinals yesterday.
This is a great play for you, Rock. You cover both ends.
Exactly. But my lock for the game for this, because I am just trying to get on the board. So I'd rather push. So I'm going 49ers to cover, and I figure it's 12. And the Seahawks, I mean, they beat Seahawks by 12. I mean, if they can beat the Seahawks by 12, they're not I mean, Cardinals are worse than they are, so I would see maybe 14 or 15. And then Browns and Bears in Cleveland, -7.5. I like the Browns in this one.
All right, my 2 locks. I'm going Colts -1.5 against the Steelers. Very quiet, 7-6. Gardner Minshew mania. What, you got a problem?
I do have a problem. What you're about to say next.
Okay, well, exactly. This is why I put this in the lineup. Because, I mean, why as well bring Brock Purdy in the mix?
Exactly. That's
Brock
my point.
Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Lock it in the books, -150.
Well, they have 25 touchdowns on the season in the air. What about the Cardinals have total? I don't think they have that many.
Did I mention that Brock Purdy was coached by one Dan Manucci?
Oh, you are kissing some ass.
That's a pretty good pick right there. Buddy.
Thank you. Shu?
So I've been working on something back here throughout the show. I feel as if we've taken the Brock Purdy stuff a little too far. So I feel if for the third hour of the show, if he gets mentioned, this is what's going to happen. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get buzzed out of the building. Okay, that's how it's going to work. You're going to get. That's it. You're done.
So,
okay?
all right, but here's the problem. We have the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa,
we will
coming
carve
on.
An exception.
Okay.
We will carve out an exception.
I hope so. All right, one more, Shu. You know, Jake Plummer's coming on at 3 o'clock. You know Manuch is going to somehow figure to get him in on that one, too.
Then I'm sorry to Jake, but I mean it's just going to happen. I'm sorry, it's just how it's going to roll. My 2 picks really quickly. I am joining Jax. Give me the Colts -1.5 against the Steelers. I think this Colts team's trying to make a playoff push, and the Steelers team's going in the wrong direction. And I'll take the Lions to bounce back at home against Denver. Back in a friendly environment, back in a good weather environment. Jared Goff and company pick up the dub at home.
All right, there you have it. Those are our locks. Don't forget tomorrow, if you are looking for some more gambling tips, make sure you tune in to Take the Points at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Bauer, Gross, Jax, every Saturday from 11-1.
40.
As they give you their uncensored sports betting opinions. They got a bunch of guests. Again, that's 11 o'clock tomorrow, right after Backspin. Actually, Backspin's off, I believe, next week and the following week. So, Jake Plummer is going to join our number 3. Looking forward to that. And the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa. That's all coming up next.
20
on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fooey, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring Titleist SM9 wedges tuned for precise contact, lower flight, and higher spin. Now $30 off. From Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Don't miss the Vans Golf Shops holiday special. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! That's it!
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Grayson Allen is available, and Eric Gordon is now questionable for the Suns game tonight with the Knicks as they continue their 5-game homestand. The Suns have dropped 5 of 4 overall following the Nets. They're 11 on the season. Cardinals are home Sunday to battle the 49ers. They've added linebacker Tyreek Smith from the Seahawks practice squad today as well. The open up a 3-game homestand tonight against the San Jose Sharks in Tempe. The Yotes
He's there.
4 in a row on the heels of a 5-game winning streak, and that has brought them to a 13-13-2 record on the season. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for mostly clear skies tonight. The temperature will drop down to 50 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 78. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Superstar Car Wash. This year, don't miss Superstar Car Wash's holiday offer. For a limited time, enjoy their top-tier Super Protect Wash plan at only $9.95 for the first month. Text radio to 27800. That's radio to 27800 for unlimited washes for only $9.95 for the first month.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You're hot.
Jefferson today is his co-grand marshal of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl presented by Lerner & Rowe. Jake Plummer, good friend of the program, former Sun Devil and Cardinal quarterback. Jake, Roc and Manuch, man, what's going on? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Just cruising around the valley, having a good time, seeing some old friends, and representing the Fiesta Bowl, a great monument and very, very great bowl game and parade here in the valley.
So, have you been in a parade before? Maybe back in Boise, Idaho, your high school days at Capitol. I mean, is there any? Have you done this before?
I was the grand marshal for ASU homecoming, I think 5, maybe 6 years ago. So I got to experience, riding in the car and the wave at that time. But this is really an honor. It's a big thing in the valley. It's the single most attended one-day event in Arizona. So the 100,000 plus will be lining the streets to watch the Fiesta Bowl parade, and what the Fiesta Bowl does for the community. For initiating, the people to go seek and be better and work in the community, and all that game's done for the economy and all that is, it's great to be a part of that. And for me, it's just really cool to be able to, I got a lot of great fans, a lot of people that have supported me and sent prayers for me, and even post-career that think about me. And I'm just grateful for that. As, we learn we can't do anything by ourselves in this world, but having that support. So being able to wave at the fans and see who shows up is going to be an exciting time, and I'm grateful for the honor.
Jake, would you ever thought when the late, great Bruce Snyder was recruiting you in that living room up there in Boise that at some point in time you'd be the grand marshal of the Fiesta Bowl, looking back on the history? And how surreal is that for you to everyone just kind of sit back and just think of the memories and all the things, but the grand marshal of the Fiesta Bowl, the 50th anniversary of the Fiesta Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, it's really remarkable to see, like, as a young kid making that decision to come here, to be given that amount of confidence that Bruce Snyder and Bobby Petrino, Danny Cazzetto gave me at an 18-year-old, as an 18-year-old, to come in here and do my thing. And then all the support that's still around, you know, it was around then and it's still here now. Guys like Doug Tamaro and, you know, Vince Amy, who's coaching now over at ASU, and just went and visited the Cardinals facility and got to see some familiar faces there. Joe Castor and Mike Bidwell, and like just people that have been there, that were there when I was learning and going through it. And then, you know, never would I have imagined, you know, to be the Grand Marshal. No, but, you know, I was always envisioning success and chasing my dreams and allowing the people around me that wanted to join that vision to join up. Let's go. Let's see what's possible here. And so, being the Grand Marshal, you know, obviously you have had to have done something to get there, and not just done something in the past, but still be doing something innovative to create change in the world. So I feel honored to be recognized for that and be able to do that with Richard Jefferson from U of A, who has had a great career and is all I'm here. I haven't met him yet, but heard he's just a great guy. And in the spirit of competition, the theme of the Fiesta Bowl this year, presented by Lerner and Rowe, you know, we get to sit there and practice, see who can have the best parade wave. And I don't know if he knows, but I've been working on mine for a while. I watched the Thanksgiving Day Macy's parade and made sure to take note and then see what I need to do to make sure my wave's proper.
Jake, I got to tell you, man, I think last time we had you on was during the Super Bowl, but yeah, you've owned your own companies now. You're a businessman, and you really understand the promotional part, huh? You got Lerner and Rowe in there. I mean, you got it all, man. Oh, that's good stuff, Jake. I mean, you would kill it in NIL.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, that whole thing is very interesting. I think long overdue, but maybe needing a little bit more thought put behind it. But either way, you know, that, yeah, in this day and age, in this world, you know, if you got something you believe in, something that's working and doing well for you, you know, you got to share that knowledge. I mean, we're all humans here. We're all humankind, and let's try to be both, you know, let's try to do it together.
Give us an update on your business right now, what you've been doing, the mushroom business and things of that sort.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a definite, you know, educational process. There's a lot of people don't know much about the world, the kingdom. I call it the queendom of fungi. But the ability to bring something that's so bioavailable to the human body and it helps as a positive intervention to your own personal health and wellness. It's been a fun journey, and we're getting ready to launch our really yummy nutritional bars with mushrooms in them and in REI come the new year. So that's really exciting. And along with that, being able to, you know, talk to Mike and see if there's a way, as an athlete, we know the difference between victory can be just one split second or a millimeter. And, you know, if these can help you gain that edge, you know, there's a lot of athletes that are not utilizing these, and even just humans in general. So, yeah, having fun with Umbo, getting the word out on that, and farming at the farm and growing mushrooms and just seeing where it takes me, man. I've been having a great time. And, again, it's a gift to be able to have done what I did, to play a game, to, you know, earn the respect of a lot of people, have their love and support, and then now be able to bring this information back to them and educate people. Like I said, they're suffering and dealing with a lot of different disease and ailments. This could be a positive intervention to help you move in a good direction, and that's what I'm grateful for.
Jake, I think when you're talking about Mike, you think Michael Bidwell of the Cardinals owner, and how you can incorporate that with the Cardinals. Just curious in reference to watching the growth of Kyler Murray at quarterback since he's come back off the knee injury, and I don't know how much you've watched him or not this year, but they've got to make a big decision whether they keep him or go for top round draft choice. What if any is the next step you want to see Kyler Murray in moving forward?
Well, I don't know Kyler that well. I haven't watched him a lot. I know having injuries is hard. Definitely, you know, you can't do what you need to do when you're not out on the field. But I know as a quarterback, you know, all I tried to do was be there, be present, be there for my team, and work hard every day. But I also, you know, I went upstairs. I made sure I was upstairs walking those halls, because there's a lot of people that are working also to put the Cardinals in the right light. And so giving them that love and appreciation to let them know that they're seen and they're there. That was really what I try to do, is just be in that whole building. I don't know Kyler well enough to know what kind of leadership style he uses, or what he's like in the weight room or in the locker room or on the plane, or how he carries himself. But you got to transcend the whole building when you're the quarterback. You're really, you're almost number 2 in the organization. The owner isn't going anywhere, but they'll fire the head coach and keep you, as we've seen. So you're really like number 2 in a $1 billion organization. Not to have that pressure, but just to know that how you carry yourself, people are watching, people are seeing it, and it can be very, very infectious if you're carrying yourself in the right frame of mind and leading in the right way with a lot of intention and definitely working through the hard times, but also being there when you're having good times. So if he's the guy, stick with him. But, this game is so transient. There's so many opportunities and youngsters coming up that, that's the decision that the new GM's got to make,
3.
not me.
Yeah, exactly. We got a few more minutes with Jake Plummer, who is the co-grand marshal in tomorrow's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, presented by Lerner and Rowe, with the Raiders and the Chargers head coach getting fired. Have you ever been in a game like that? Have you ever been part of a game like that on either side?
Yeah, you're in games like that. It's hard to say. It's weird to see that, because the parity across NFL is pretty even. I mean, there's not necessarily some team that's snuck in and stolen all the talent. I mean, when you get to the NFL, everyone's talented. It's just a matter of how they're playing on the field, and if they're playing, for themselves, if they're playing for each other, if they're playing because they are well respected and loved by their organization. So it's rare to see a blowout like that. Although, the Broncos were blown out early in the year by Miami. And look what happened. Like, the Broncos took that as a learning experience and didn't listen to the pundits. They didn't listen to all the distractions. They just got back to work, trusting in each other, trusting the process. And they're right there, chasing the AFC West now. So hard to say. I mean, I've been in some big blowouts, Nebraska, in Lincoln in 95. They whooped our butts, but, we did put 28 on that defense. So that's why coming into that next year, we were pretty confident offensively. We just had to do a little something different defensively. So those experiences, though, you can, you got to close your ears, put your fingers over your ears, not listen to anybody else, and really look internally. Like, how does that happen? Where's the effort? A guy's throwing in the towel, and if that's the case, you got to clean house. You can't have someone go out there if they're not willing to do it. You put other people's, that you're putting them at possibility of getting hurt if you're not playing 100% in the NFL.
1 minute. Jake, have a blast tomorrow. As a Yellow Jacket myself, really appreciate you accepting the role as a Grand Marshal. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. And we really appreciate you spending a few minutes with us today. And happy holidays to you and your family.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity, and you guys have a great holiday, too.
That's Jake Plummer. He is the co-Grand Marshal in tomorrow's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, presented by Lerner and Rowe with Richard Jefferson. Should be a lot of fun. If you want tickets, you want to get down there, go to fiestabowl.org, fiestabowl.org. Do want to remind you, Monday, Eagles, Seahawks at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Our last Monday night of the season before we get going for the Super Bowl. So it's your last chance to win some of that cash before we get into the Super Bowl. So we'll get into Jack's Rewind next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Monday on Clear Drive, how different will you feel about Kyler Murray's future after the 49ers game? Plus, how different will you feel about the Suns' Big Three after their 2 games? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
A crash and a big-time backup right now on the Red Mountain Freeway. It's eastbound 202 near McClintock. Approaching McClintock, you'll find the HOV in the 2 left lanes blocked off. Heavy traffic back to Priest, and a wreck northbound 17 near Greenway.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fouie, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., just ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu and get special pricing.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof.
You need to get out at 28.
What? Wait.
You're coming back at 18.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing to keep the Grinch away from the toy drive.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
What about me, the Grinch?
No. Yep, even easier than that.
You steal the presents one time.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One NA, member FDIC. Copyright Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Copyright Turner Entertainment Company.
The Cardinals are back from their bye Sunday as they entertain the 49ers. Sun Devil hoops tomorrow as they play TCU in Fort Worth. Arizona State was knocked out of the NCAA tournament by TCU this past March. The Chargers announced they're firing Coach Brandon Staley and GM Tom Telesco. Outside linebackers Coach Giff Smith and Director of Player Personnel JoJo Wooden are the acting interim head coach and GM respectively. I'm Frank Garrity.
It's three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day.
This is Kyler talking about the bye week.
Service law firm. Just make one.
And then you can throw to Jackson's Rewind open whenever you'd like.
977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
I guess you could say so. Anytime to kind of rest and
and get some time off is, you could say it's good for the body. So I took advantage of it.
Kyler Murray, right there. Let's just get right to it. I've been waiting. By the way, Greg Papa is going to join us, the play-by-play voice, longtime play-by-play voice, easy for me to say, of the 49ers. Prior to that, he was with the Raiders. But this is our rewind week, or part of the program for the week, I should say. I'm tongue-tied right now. Is Jack's opportunity to blast us.
Get back at us. Get back at us, man.
In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jackson's Rewind, exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
So we've got 4 this week. Can anyone guess how many of these are Jimmy B?
3 of the 4?
You'd be correct. 3 of 4.
Oh,
and we'll wait for the last one because the last one is one of you guys. So let's start out with Jimmy B once again. And, he thinks he's a funny guy once in a while. And this might have been an improper moment to try to be funny when we had one of our biggest guests on the show. We're talking about Shohei Ohtani. I still don't understand the reference here, but here's Jimmy B trying to maybe be a comedian, and it didn't work out for him.
All right, I'm real curious, Jerry, and I hope you can help me out. I'm not a doctor. I did stay at a Holiday Inn once, but try to help me here.
Terrible.
And that is, if he just had the Tommy John surgery.
I did stay at a Holiday Inn one time. I looked at him when he said that.
Is it a Holiday Inn Express? Is the term not Holiday Inn?
Well, you have Holiday Inn.
It was a bad
Express.
joke. He butchered it. He didn't land the plane, and then he didn't even allow Jerry to react to it. It was you know what? It was just bad all around from Jimmy B. Like it was brutal.
That's gonna be a new sound for the segment. I love that.
No, it's not. That is whenever we mention Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Well, I can inform you that we will not be mentioning Brock Purdy in this segment.
Good.
Plenty next segment with Red Papa. We will.
This next one, and Jimmy B every week continues to have an uglier shirt every single week. And on the radio show, Manuch called him out for, maybe being a stoner, maybe being one that vapes.
I can't believe it.
That was the biggest thing that Rock had throughout the entire segment. Not even shocked about the shirt he was wearing. It was about the allegation from Manuch. Here it is.
Now, obviously, his significant other, Kim, did not approve that for him to leave the house.
She was still in bed when he left.
Was she at home, Jimmy?
No.
Okay, that's probably the reason why. You wear vaping when you go out to buy?
Actually,
vaping.
Yeah, go to the shop.
Manuch? Vaping?
Yeah, you got to go to the
You know
shop.
what vaping is?
Yeah, you hit the shot. You go smoke a little bit. Well, that's obviously.
So you're basically sitting on radio. He smokes pot. That's what you're saying right now.
It looks as though he could have wears that shirt right there.
Are you kidding me? Doing the show at a Twin Peaks, not a Bass Pro Shop. What are you doing?
She was a little shot there at the. I mean, he had the leaves on it and the brown, a little bit of green in it. I'm like, not the gym, but nothing. It's legal. You can do it. A little THC never hurt anybody from that standpoint.
All right, you're so pro in this.
No,
he said a little shot or whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
A little toke, a little something.
Don't you have family involved?
His son runs a dispensary in Colorado.
Yeah, he runs. He's the manager.
Well, Manuch has never even smoked a cigarette in his life.
He said, a shot there,
like
a little shot of.
Little something.
A shot is usually alcohol, right? I mean, it's just for education.
A little toke or
toke is work.
Yeah,
that's not what. It's not what you said.
Okay. Well, I meant he got a little shot of the toking, maybe something like that.
No. All right, keep going, Jack.
All right, so this next one, Jimmy B's got a lot of titles, right? Like long-time play-by-play voice, sports broadcaster, sports anchor, and a new title, intern at Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910, courtesy of Rock.
You'll do. I mean, Schubert. Yeah. See, he's doing something. He's taking phone calls right now. More like I say with Jimmy.
Hey, I put the shirt on.
Jimmy's officially part of the Twin Peaks gang here.
Jimmy's really like our intern. Because interns don't do anything. They just show up, right? They try to get credit. They just get credit, right?
Credit, yeah,
for the hours, right? How many hours you work? All right, I work 12 hours this week. All right.
It's like college.
And then we. So when do we need to fill out the form? That you did all your work.
Wait, stop. There's a form?
Yeah, you got to give us the form, and we'll fill out that form. Oh, Jimmy.
The new title you gave him, Rob.
By the way, Jimmy's 80 years old, so we have to somewhat respect for him, but he's the oldest intern in the business.
And proud of it, obviously.
Yeah.
You should give him an assignment, a segment to prep himself to see what happens.
I don't think we could do that.
No, a week in advance.
Idea, Jax. What a bad idea. A week.
The guy.
A month.
He is making the easiest money of anybody. He is basically saying all those years he worked games and made like $25, he's going to make the money back as a retired guy.
Yeah, well, he did pretty good at NBC. He was there. I mean, I imagine he made good money.
I keep looking like your footage. I can't find it.
It's out there. You look really, really hard.
And then lastly, for those who did not,
why, Jax? Why?
I know.
Sure,
We're not going to get
again.
Sure, we're not going to get into the argument. We're going to pay a tribute to what happened yesterday with Manuch. Apparently, Mikal Bridges is an all-star.
Yeah, nice. You make it sound like these guys are perennial all-stars.
Yeah. Bridges was an all-star last couple of years. Cam Johnson, one of the top 6 basketball players.
Top 6 basketball players?
6th-man basketball player.
I can name 20 players.
3 minutes.
His name doesn't come up in those.
Doesn't make any difference, gentlemen. It's what they did for the Suns. That's who they went in.
Yeah, they won championships, right? Is what they did.
They went to the playoffs. They went to the finals.
All right, I mean, everybody makes playoffs basically in sports now, so I don't know if that's that big a deal.
You basically thank you for all the scoring all the time.
I must have missed him in the All-Star game.
Yeah, he never made an All-Star game.
Yeah, I didn't see him there.
I must have missed him. He should have been in the All-Star game,
dude. You said he said he was in 2.
I thought he was.
I mean, that was
no. He used the term perennial as if he was like this figure amongst all-stars in the NBA.
In my mind, he's a perennial all-star. In my mind,
but that doesn't help the point because you didn't say, in my opinion, he should have been a 2-time perennial all-star. You said point blank to try to get your point across that Mikal Bridges was a 2 all-star.
Well, I voted for him, for crying out loud.
You don't get a vote.
2 minutes. Totally voted for him.
And I also see that Cam Johnson never won a 6th Man of the Year.
No, he didn't win that
also
either.
had that in there.
Well, they should have been. I'm trying to tell you. The whole point
the whole point was tributes.
Yes.
For former players.
Yes.
There needed to be guidelines.
Shoot, get us out of the segment.
Needs to be guidelines.
You know what?
On why?
We're adding the buzzer. We're adding a new thing to the buzzer this week. You guys bring this up, you're out of here.
Gosh.
Thank you, son. Stay classy.
Good job, Jax.
Thank you, Jax.
Having some fun. Yeah, it's funny in that last clip, you hear Jimmy trying to pop in like he's adding to the.
He repeated what you said too
to the discussion. Like that's his way of prepping. All right, whatever Rock says, I'm going to say the same.
Well, he agrees with you on everything, Rock, and I'm like,
not everything.
Well, pretty much. And so, give me your point. Why do you agree?
He voted for Biden. So I didn't vote for Biden. So we did not agree on the same thing. He is so far left. No, we are so opposites in politically speaking.
That's funny.
But
good attaboy, Jax. Attaboy, Rook. Good job, buddy.
Hey, the voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa, will join us next as we continue on from Right Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota. It's Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Coyotes begin a 3-game homestand as they meet the Sharks tonight. College hoops, top-ranked Arizona will meet 4th-ranked Purdue tomorrow in Indianapolis. Arizona State is in Fort Worth to take on TCU. The Suns play host to the Knicks tonight. They're 1-2 on their current 5-game homestand. The Cardinals come out of their bye week at 3-10 as they get set to host Brock Purdy and the Niners Sunday. Arizona native Purdy will be making his first career start in his home state. And the Cardinals today also with a move. They've added linebacker Tyreek Smith coming off the Seahawks practice squad. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for mostly clear skies tonight. The temperature will drop down to 50 degrees. And then Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 78. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring Titleist SM9 wedges tuned for precise contact, lower flight, and higher spin. Now $30 off. From Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distance in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Don't miss the Vans Golf Shops holiday special. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Tune in Mondays as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Guys are joined every week by the top guests in the business. It's a perfect mix of guests and sportstainment. That's Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Starts now!
On Saturday, December 16th,
Legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling world championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16th. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball, onward to victory.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn
He's there.
more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show. Live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at wrighttoyota.com. Meant for mornings. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen Monday, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
The fact that he did that and came over as I was warming up, that was pretty cool. You know, obviously he's an idol to many and a legend here as a 49er. To be able to play him in the same organization as him is really special. So that was cool.
That's Brock Purdy talking about Jerry Rice visiting before last weekend's game. So it was pretty special there. And Joining us now is the play-by-play voice of the San Francisco 49ers. Greg Papa joins us here on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. Greg, a good Friday to you. Rock along with Manuch as always. Thanks for making some time when we get a chance to play the 49ers. And I would like to go back a little bit, if you don't mind, to start this and basically get your thoughts on what changed this team from losing 3 to now being the best team in the National Football League.
Well, they got off to the 5-0 start, and then they went into that 3-game losing streak. But a lot of factors. They faced 2 of the 3 teams they faced were coming off their bye, starting with the Cleveland Browns. And the first play of that game in Cleveland, Deebo Samuel had a hairline fracture in his shoulder. He wound up staying in a few more plays, but he really was not effective. And then later, Trent Williams, the all-pro left tackle, got rolled up on by Shelby Harris. And he played the rest of the game, but it was probably the worst game he's played this year. And that it was rainy and windy and wet off Lake Erie. Manuch knows the weather off Lake Dreary, and I think it impacted Brock's ability to grip it and rip it in that game. That really, to me, is the only poor game he's played in the NFL. He had a couple of throws he could not control to the sideline. He literally had a ball slip out of his hands. But all that being said, he did drive the Niners to the very end. It had a nice outcut to Juwan Jennings on 3rd down to get him in field goal range, and the rookie kicker Jake Moody missed a 41-yarder. And then the next game, Minnesota just lit them up on Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins got so hot. They had some busts in the secondary. Brock got concussed at the very end of the game on a 3rd down sneak. Jordan Hicks tagged him on the pile, and he threw 2 interceptions his last 5 passes in that game because I don't think he had his full faculties. And then the game against the Bengals, they were coming off their bye. The Niners were tired. Brock was in concussion protocol all week. And then they're coming out of the bye. They've just been a different team. They've added Chase Young on the D-line. Steve Wilkes, the coordinators, come down on the field to call the defenses. They've realigned their secondary, moving Ambry Thomas outside corner and Demo Lenore nickel. And now they're just rolling. And then Brock's playing so well. His arm is fresh off the bye. And they're starting to cook. And they just got through a great 3-game gauntlet where they won at Seattle on Thanksgiving, at Philadelphia, and then this last game against Seattle at home. And now I'm just a little worried about their injuries on defense. But it sounds like Dre Greenlaw is going to be able to play on Sunday in Arizona. So they're back to playing Niner football. Won 5 in a row to start, lost 3 in a row for all the reasons I just detailed. But now they're back, I think, is the best team in football coming in there Sunday with a 5-game winning streak.
Greg, it's one thing to have all the weaponry, but it seems like these guys are dialed in coming off the bye. Deebo Samuel looks like he's possessed, returning kickoffs, what have you. Looks like Ayuk got over whatever issue he was in the doghouse for this year. He's really getting after it. Then Kittle is Kittle. But it just seemed that this team coming back from that bye week, and you talked about Chase Young coming back from or getting on this team on defense. I don't know. It seems as though they just maybe had a come to meeting Jesus with Shanahan, realized, look, we've got all the talent. We need to go out and get it. Did you notice that as well? Is that just me watching it from afar?
No, they're clearly humming, Manuch. There's no doubt. And I just think it's a lot of factors. Getting Deebo back, getting Trent Williams back. They had some injuries there that just they weren't themselves. Dre Greenlaw was also out, 2 injury on the defensive side. They got run on. Cleveland ran on him. Cincinnati ran on him. But the weaponry around Brock is as good as any. When you just look at the 5 eligibles, take the 5 offensive linemen and the quarterback away, and look at what they can put out there. You're talking an all-pro in Christian McCaffrey, an all-pro in Kyle Juszczyk in fullback, an all-pro at tight end in George Kittle, an all-pro at wide receivers, Z receiver, part running back, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk is having the best year of any of them this year, over 1,000 yards. You know him from ASU. Mm-hmm. And then big brain Brock just makes it all work. He makes everybody, the ball is all equally distributed. You're likely going to have 3 49ers with 1,000 yards receiving this year. Ayuk's already there. Kittle's going to get there soon. Deebo, I think, will get there, but he missed essentially 3 games. So the numbers are amazing. And then Christian's going to go for 2,000 yards from scrimmage. And he's the only reason Brock may not win the MVP is Christian may steal some votes from him. So offensively, they're as strong as any team in the history of football when you look at the 5 eligibles. And then you got this guy a guy named Dan Manucci mentored years ago at quarterback that is just so smart, so on it. He's the perfect quarterback for this team, for this franchise, for the galaxy of stars around him. No one's complaining about the ball not coming their way because Brock gets the ball to the guy who's most open, and he spreads it around. Look at the ball distribution, the yards, the catches. It's amazing. And then he's got a very demanding head coach that can get a little grumpy. Even if you play great football, Kyle's gonna be on the details, and Brock just has a way of handling him. So it's the galaxy of stars, and I haven't even talked about Bosa and all the guys on defense that make it work over there. But offensively, Brock he's the perfect point guard on this team. He brings it all together, and he's got a great disposition. He's just been a godsend. Where would this 49er franchise be without Arizona's Brock Purdy?
It is good to see. Well, speaking of that defense, I'll just throw this, Nick Bosa, Chase Young, your bookends, and then you got Fred Warner. I mean, I can stop right there and go back to Buffalo circa 1979 with the Bermuda Triangle with Smirless, Haslett.
Triangle? Smirless?
Yeah. Shane Nelson, Jim Haslett.
Great Jimmy Haslett. I love Jim Haslett.
And then throw in Drake Greenlaw. And, I mean, this defense plays downhill, Greg, and they'll punch you in the mouth and not think twice about it.
Well, if you're starting on the nose with Smirless, look at the 2 D tackles. You got Javon Hargrave, the gravedigger. What an amazing player that guy is. The best defensive free agent. Manuch, they signed him, literally an hour into free agency. It's like, what? They got Javon Hargrave? And then you put him next to Eric Armstead, and you've got Cleve Furl actually starts at the base over Chase. And that guy was the 4th overall pick of the draft out of Clemson. And he is a try-hard sucker. He never stops. Watch his hustle. He chases it down from the backside. He's amazing. And then you got Nick and, coming in behind. Now, the concern about this game is Hargrave's not going to play, and neither is Eric Armstead. So they're going to start Javon
2 minutes.
Kinlaw at 1 D tackle and Kevin Givens at the other. And they got a couple of guys that'll back up behind it. Kalia Davis will play a little bit, and they got a little mixture there. You may even see T.Y. McGill get a jersey. But against your team, I'm a little concerned with James Conner and all those A-gap runs inside if they're going to be able to hold up. But you got Fred Warner behind him, obviously all-pro Fred. And then it sounds like, well, I was a little concerned early in the week with Dre with the hip injury, Dan, but it sounds like big play Dre Greenlaw is going to be able to play in this game.
Well, talk about your corners. Undersold, Lenore. I mean, that kid's what a great year he's had coming up, with his youth and kind of handling that right side all by himself.
Yeah, he's been amazing. Now, it depends on, if Charvarius Ward can play, then Demo Lenore goes in the nickel, goes inside in the slot of the nickel.
1 minute.
The 2 outside corners are Demo and Charvarius Ward. And then Ambry Thomas comes in the nickel, and Ambry's an outside corner. So Diamador Lenore from Oregon is able to play outside corner in the base and inside of the nickel. There's not many guys in the NFL that can do that. Now, the concern would be if Charvarius Ward can't go with this groin injury, then Demo stays as an outside corner with Ambry Thomas, and then Isaiah Oliver goes in the slot. And that's the one area teams have picked on the Niners a little bit is when Isaiah in pass coverage. And then your team in particular, back on October the 1st, when Ambry came into the game, they went right at him, right down the left sideline, and Michael Wilson beat him for a touchdown. They ran back-to-back go routes against him, which you hardly ever see with Hollywood, and then Michael Wilson right behind. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys do as far as attacking Ambry, but he has played much better. But it's the combination of the rush and the coverage, obviously, and the Niners have a young secondary, especially with Talanoa Hufanga down now. Rookie Jair Brown starts at safety, but those guys are covering. They're covering great. Last game, Charvarius Ward went out 4 snaps into the game on defense, and they had to deal with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Jackson Smith and Jigba in Seattle, and they did a great job against their 3 wide receivers.
Greg, we appreciate you jumping on with us. Safe travels. It's a quick one over here, and we appreciate you making some time. And we are looking forward to hopefully a good game on Sunday.
That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, Roc and Manuch. I'll see you on Sunday, man.
All right, my brother. Great.
Back in Arizona.
You got it. Greg Papa joining us, the play-by-play voice for your San Francisco 49ers. There'll be a lot of 49er fans out there. The roof will be open. We just got word for that. So dress accordingly, Manuch.
I will definitely do
it. All right.
it.
You going to wear your K-State jacket?
No, I got my 49er polo shirt.
Whoa!
Absolutely.
Really?
I got my polo shirt. Hard to find over at Shills. My God, what a great place that is.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's huge.
That's what I've heard.
No,
I know. I've heard. That's why I'm staying away.
Oh, my God.
It's like a dispensary store for
Yeah,
for a stoner, right?
Exactly.
We'll come back with more Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B.
The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Dak is about to enter his gauntlet, or he has entered it, right? They got Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit awaiting. If Dak plays well in those games, even if they may drop one, then I got no problem with him being MVP. I think it's very close.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 westbound near Elliott, we have an accident off right. Also a crash reported, Loop 101, Pima Freeway westbound near 56th Street. And an accident blocking the right lane, 101 Pima Freeway westbound approaching 19th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Whether it's an ugly sweater party, office gift exchange, or holiday dinner at Nana's, Ritz Crackers is always there, bringing friends and family together to celebrate. So grab a box or two of Ritz Crackers for your next holiday gathering and make this season one to remember with Ritz, a taste of welcome.
The Monday night tailgate party with Fox Sports 910 has been a huge success, especially with their new sports book. Are you getting your share of the cash? That's the Fox Sports 910 guys every Monday from the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Tune in Monday as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The CAZ Sportsbook features 3 live betting windows, 6 betting kiosks, 8 screens with all the betting lines, 46 TVs, and 2 theater-quality projection screens. An absolute bettor's dream. Guys are joined every week by Rudy Carpenter, Craig Fooey, and Frank Sanders. A perfect mix of guests and entertainment. That's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Mondays from 1 to 4 from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone. All thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper Heavy-Duty Dry Cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
It's Macy's one-day sale with great deals of the day on gifts we love, like 15 to 60% off the season's hottest toys from Toys R Us, 60% off diamond jewelry from designers like Effie, Le'Veon, and more, and get 60 to 65% off warm and stylish coats for everyone. Plus, find out how you can get a free $5 Macy's promotional gift card at store opening tomorrow at select Macy's stores. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply. Only at participating stores. See store for details.
Let's get ready for football! It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, let's get to basically the schedule for the weekend. I mean, when you get into college football and the bowls, it all starts tomorrow. And it starts with Ohio U at 9 o'clock, taking on Georgia Southern. And then you get Fresno State and New Mexico State in the New Mexico Bowl, UCLA, Boise State in the LA Bowl, Cal and Texas Tech, they're squaring off in the Independence Bowl. So that's how it's all going to get started. And then you have a lot of good NFL games, too. You got 3 games tomorrow, not to mention a full slate on Sunday. So a great weekend of football. It's not over yet, Manuch. I mean, I thought for sure, we were going to get, oh, man, this is kind of a bummer. But, I look at tomorrow's games are all pretty good. Bengals, Vikings, that game starts at 11. And then at 2:30, it's Steelers, Colts. And then the night game is 6:15, Broncos, Lions. All those games are on the NFL Network.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you look at those 3 tomorrow, every one of those teams has got a shot again in the playoffs. I mean, every one of them has a shot of maybe wild card.
We saw like 13, 14 teams that are still in it.
Yeah, it is. And I love it. I think that's exactly what the NFL owners dreamed of, 10, 15 years ago, going down to the wire. And literally, it probably will go down the wire. You may see a 8-9 team make it in the back door as far as a wild card we saw several years ago. So I think that's the fun thing about the National Football League is in reference to you look at it, 4 games to go. And the teams that are really bound and determined have got to mix in some wins, but they just keep beating each other up. Last weekend, that was one of the oddest weekends as far as trying to picks. Like on our fanpick'em.com. I mean, I think I got half right because of all the upsets that happened. And here's teams coming out of the woodwork. There's other teams that are getting stronger. I mean, look at the Browns. Joe Flacco, he's the QB now. You got an established guy. Their defense is still good. Flacco can manage the game, make some big throws, and you saw they win. So, watch out for the Browns making a little more of a headway.
All right, here's what's on tap, which is the local sports action for you. 7 o'clock tonight, Sharks, Coyotes on Channel 61, Cox 95. 8 o'clock, it's the Knicks and Suns on 3 TV and Arizona Family Sports Network. It's also an ESPN game. Tomorrow, this is so wrong. And I know you will agree with me if you're an Arizona Wildcat fan. 2:30, Arizona and Purdue, Peacock Network. I honestly, I know the network, but I wouldn't know how to find it on my television.
Yeah, matter of fact,
it's an app, right? I can find it there. Yeah. But a game 1 versus 4?
Yes, 1 versus 4.
How is that not the CBS or ESPN game of the weekend?
Maybe with all the NFL stuff going on. I don't know. I mean,
they're on the NFL Network.
I know, but it's interesting because of all the games, you look at
the only game I want to watch. No disrespect to ASU and TCU at 7 on the Pac-12 network, but Arizona Purdue on Peacock.
Can't watch either of those games because the Pac-12 network. Not a lot of people have DirecTV.
Yeah, it's just a disservice. Well, Channel 61 and Cox 95 will have Sabres and Yotes at 7 o'clock. And then 2 o'clock is 49ers Cards on CBS 5. And then Suns got Wizards in town on Channel 3 at 6 o'clock. So there you have it.
All right, guys, our State 4A Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Will the Cardinals have a close game with the 49ers or will they get blown out? Well, basically close game or blown out. Leading the charge, blown out at 62.5%. Close game, 37.5%. Interesting what Greg Papa said in reference to, coming off the bye week. A lot of these teams coming off the bye week usually do pretty good against the 49ers. And interesting to see the Cardinals coming off the bye week. They've been very successful coming out their bye week against this 49ers.
So, Jax, tomorrow I'll take the points out at the CAC Sportsbook. What time are you guys doing your bowl picks and your NFL picks, your locks? What time do I need to tune in?
At 12:45.
So 15 minutes.
Sorry.
Where Casey Walsh comes.
Yeah, it's 12:45. Yeah, 12:45.
So you do it at the end of the show.
Correct.
So no one can call and challenge you.
I mean, you're the boss.
I can't get in. I can't get in at 12. If you guys are all three of you guys at 12:45.
Rock chime in with his 2 cents. I mean, you talk about the locks.
See if they're going with Ohio. I just want to, I'm just.
The game's at 9, so unfortunately.
Oh, you guys won't get that one.
You get there early to watch
Second
that
half, 11 o'clock. Nah, man, it's going to be a long one. I don't know. Hey, Monday night's our last game that we'll be hosting at the Casino, Arizona. It's the Eagles in Seattle. That game will be at 6:15. The following week on Christmas, of course, the Casino will be open, and the Eagles are playing the Giants. So you get a double shot of Eagles for the next 2 Mondays. I know there's a lot of you just tired of the Eagles. It's like, it's like Cowboys. It's not quite yet the Cowboys, but it's getting pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Much they're showing them.
Was this Eagles game when they flexed with this Eagles Cowboys? So
yes.
that they flexed. Well, we're gonna have close.
It was supposed to be the Patriots game.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So Jackson, we over $3,000 for the
over
jackpot?
$3,000. Yes.
So we'll have a lot of the cash given out. So if they go all the way, and as Rock taught me, and convert the extra point, you win the jackpot.
1 minute.
Yeah, we also got squares going on and props, so it'll be a lot of fun. But we'll broadcast from 1 to 4 next week as well. Hey, we're finishing up here at Wright Toyota. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, WrightToyota.com. I would check out all the certified used vehicles first. Everything's up on their website, and they put a lot of time and money into the website, so it makes it a little easier for you when you do your shopping. So I'm looking at a beautiful Land Cruiser right in front of me, V8. Just outstanding. It's a little close to the set there.
Yeah, it is.
A little close, but that's all right.
Yeah, you can see it on our streaming right now.
Yes. Hey, for for Jax, for Manuch and Jimmy B, I'm Rock. We appreciate you tuning in this week. If you missed anything, go to rockandmanuch.com. Make sure you download that iHeartRadio app. Till then, Monday.